There are legends and stories wrapped into great songs, sung by bards for all to hear. These stories tell those of great warriors, evil tyrants, brave children, and cowardly kings. Thrones and treasures cause wars, gods and devils play bring destruction. The desires of a dark soul may bring annihilation, while the bright heart of a boy king will try and save it. Men and women of nations answer the call to arms, to fight for their country, their home, their families. Marching to the sound of a war drum, the billowing of a ship's sail, under the great radiant one, under chords thunders in the dead of night. The sound of rain hitting metal as a soldier readies his shield, as he stares into the orcish faces of the legion. The guttural war cries strike his heart with fear, but his young king saddles his warhorse and rallies the men. A half-elven arcanist prepares a ritual in case the unblemished get too close. Lord and Chief Theophi checks his coalition of half-bloods and those who wait across the meadows with means to end him. Matthias stares into the burning pit, containing a great scourge on the land. He with his princes of peace delve into the devil's hell to put an end to the rebirth of evil. Micah, in his old age, stands strong in his armor as Hector, the tyrant, assaults the dark world. With his shadow soldiers slaying the tyrant and ending the shadows, light shines once again. I am here to tell you a story, one of love, triumph, justice, and tragedy. A story that will echo throughout eternity. Cross every sea, ride every cloud, from the Isles of Setonia to the great city of Stamrin. Heroes and villains, husbands and wives, brothers and sisters all play their part. As Bahamut sits on his throne in Elysia, and the evil one fights his way out of hell, a group of misfits find their way through the valleys, the meadows, the mountains, and seas. I am here to tell your story, by the fire in every tavern, the square in every town, or the stage in every city I come to. What's in those stories for me to tell is entirely up to you. Welcome to Manola.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the chaos. First off, we'd like to thank the creators of Dungeons and Dragons for making the world's greatest tabletop RPG game. We'd also like to make an unsponsored show of gratitude for Dwarven Forge and their awesome tabletop terrain, as well as WizKids for their tabletop accessories and miniatures that we use. Thanks to the guys over at Sirenscape for their awesome sound sets and let us use their music. And now we are Chaotic Cast. You all know, a bunch of friends, blah, blah, blah. Hope you love Manola. Lastly, we want to give credit where credit is due. If you haven't checked out Critical Role or Realmsmith, please do so. Those guys are awesome. Hunter, where can they find us?
Find us on Instagram at chaoticcast.tv. There's a link tree in the bio there to take you all of our other stuff.
And let's go.
Damn tall. I was trying to put bunny ears on. Look.
Is it bunny ear?
Oh no! I looked up there and you can't. His top of the head is what hits the top of the frame, so I went like this and I looked up there.
All right.
I've been on one session and we're just playing fast and loose with the intro now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, man. This is episode 11. We have over 40 hours of content out there.
Hey, let's not say that out loud again. It's really bad.
All right. Since arriving at the city of Mapledock, our party has escaped one tumultuous town to discover a city at first glance that seemed peaceful. As with all major groups of population, Evil finds its deceitful ways to integrate itself within the heart of a beautiful place. You have explored several of the steps within the coastal city of Maple Dock and have uncovered the strange governing bodies that coexist. While the Kingdom of Stammerin has its governor in place for major kingdom-wide decisions, Sultanix, the newly elected executor, makes the civil decisions for the city. You parted ways with Cortland and Harpine while they had their own agenda. Cortland has not been seen since, and Harpine assisted you when the sea people attacked the beach. She has not been seen since that battle. You have made a friend of the owner of the Yipper's Yell. His name is Umbly. He and his wife Sarai, have provided your beds and meals for a few days now. And Umbly and you all together have decided to have a festival to show that his ale is better than the competition from his brother Rockin at the Last Step Tavern. This is supposed to occur at noon this day. After showing your heroics, you had the chances to meet Nico, King Matthias' court wizard, provided by the 4th Assembly, who was investigating the attack, although brief, and he made his way to Nikolai's shop and tower where you all had previously shopped and visited before. Craeloth presented his case to the governing seat of Stammerin, which is currently taken by Ursula the Bearded. She explained the situation of Maple Dock and also the grave news from the west, which has rocked his world. She has also promised to provide him with some sort of armor to show good faith in the Bugbear Nation from the politics of Stammerin. While making your way around town one morning, Violet was attacked by a mysterious figure and attempted to drown herself. Craeloth and Cable, with his newly acquired back alley tattoo, saved Violet, but the figure has vanished.
Hey, thanks for bringing that up.
Gotcha, big dog. You also met a short, chubby human wearing a too small but of high-quality clothes. He introduced himself as Newt, and seems to have an odd obsession with food. While getting to talk to him, the party noticed 2 short persons dressed in all black with white masks, ducking and dodging through the town square. I put toe square. You pursued these 2 and eventually found your way into the sewers and discovered the secret hideout of the Briganders, led by the Goblin Sluice Queen Callie. The 2 of you pursued the half-elven children. One used a short bow, the other dagger. Shout out to CR. Their names were Omo and Olo. After learning about the magical ring that had been requested to be removed from a certain noble, you finished the quest that the children had started. While ending it in your becoming staple bloody fashion, the job was complete. Returning to the Sluice Queen, you learned about her relationship with High Executor Sultanix and trying to possibly help with the Captain Alfie situation. In return, she asked that you help one of her friends, Thumper, a gnome who was in a love situation. You learned that Thumper is in love with a nobleman's daughter who truly loves him back, but is being forced to marry another noble to strengthen family ties. You found a wedding invite for 2 days from now, the 1st of Elda, at 2 p.m. Only problem is, that's when Captain Alfie's execution trial is set. Based on the documents found within the Harbor Master's home, there's something going on with the ledgers, that's supposed to say, and missing materials. Decoding the document, you have learned that Captain Alfie may not be responsible for the crimes he's accused of. Also, there is something on Captain Alfie's old ship, the Oaken Spirit, that could possibly incriminate Borg, the Harbor Master. What will you do? It seems time is becoming your enemy, as there is much to do and little time to do it where events are happening at the same time. Not to mention that there is an active slavery and possibly genocide events occurring in the West on Craeloth's people, while some of you have been requested to stop by Norgel on your travels. What are you going to do? I hope I kill you all. You all are waking up. You have just arrived at the Yipper's Yell Tavern, and it is bright and early morning. You all had a long rest, and from previous discussions, I think we're about to have a breakfast table.
Breakfast.
Everybody's got some questions. Currently, you all are still in your rooms. You have just entered the tavern. Or, the Yipper's Yell. The end.
Guys, wake up! I don't know you're doing good. Hello! In fairness, I don't remember anybody else's name either. I have it on down there on the end.
In fairness, I'm sleeping in your bed right now.
That's fine.
Well, this will come down and start ordering some breakfast.
As you exit your room, Craeloth,
You die. You booby traps.
You didn't check it for traps.
Take it through
I
the
want to
check
take
the
off.
traps.
Wait, last time. No.
Got 2 episodes. That's what we always do.
I know, it just sounded like so much more.
That was a lot.
there was no when you do combat takes like an hour per.
Yeah, the fun stuff.
That was
Sorry.
One
I get
combat.
that everybody
Or
else.
1.5
has
combat.
Are you combat horny?
Oh, I'm just 40.
Not combat.
Easy.
I've lost my notes.
Good.
It probably was mine wherever they're at.
Craeloth's
Damn
just frozen.
confused.
Frozen in time. Craeloth's not coming out of his room yet.
I tell, have you walked down there yet, Gurley?
I believe so.
As he DM?
Yeah.
I say, hurry. That boat we talked so much about last time is lightly guarded in the morning. Let's go.
What time is it?
Early morning.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
8, 9
So
a.m.
we got a few hours.
So we follow. Yeah, run.
Well, we better wait for everybody else.
Tell them to hurry. We'll take the ship by force. I'm a monk. We'll take the ship by force.
As you are about to open the door to your room, you hear a loud boom on the outside. What do you do?
Open the door, the outside door. Yeah, I'll open it.
You see a kind of like a ransack colored, bulgy, all like big sack. It's got like a red ribbon tied on the top, and then it's got the Stammer and Sentinel logo attached, like a little emblem that's kind of hanging off to the side of the top.
Is there like anybody around? Or
You just see the back of a courier who's like walking away.
I'll drag it in the room, open it up.
Inside of this sack, there is a set of half-plate armor, bugbear sized, and a battle axe that looks like it's been recently sharpened. And there's a note that says, "Good luck to you and your people, Ursula."
Half plate. Well, that's half of what I need. Just kind of get through this. I'll check it out for a minute.
If you want to put it on, it'll take you 10 minutes or something.
Well, it's longer than that.
It'll take you a minute.
It's medium longer, right?
Don't know.
Half plate.
I'm looking.
Literally roll the dice to see what she gave you. That's what it came out to.
Dang.
So what happened to you? Where were you yesterday?
I went swimming.
Well, I know that, but you never came back.
There was some things going on I needed to take care of. I'll have to sleep on it here in a minute. Jog my memory as to what happened. I had to sit and really think on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's RP at its finest.
Well, let's at least sit down and get some breakfast.
We need to go. The ship is unguarded or lightly guarded. Or hold on, I have to think about
We're
that.
gonna have to come up with a plan. It's the middle of the day.
It is the morning.
Well, it's daylight.
What time do you get up for it to be middle of the day at 8 a.m.?
I get up early, okay?
Newt wakes up with a hangover. Because he went to bed wasted.
And
How do
then
you say that one word you sent me?
the S word,
Yeah.
it's the who again.
Oh,
That's only his part, I don't know.
is it? Is it really?
There's plenty of S words.
I don't know no more.
Sex, sack, second, son,
Keep going.
Okay, so Newt starts screaming into the midair. How, Tony? I'm about fed up with this shit. I don't know why I'm here. But if you don't give me some answers soon, I'm going to stay here and eat pastries. And then I'll leave. Because I'm pissed off and hungover.
What are you so mad about?
Everything.
Okay.
So you scream out to the heavens,
Yeah.
and there's no response.
That's what I figured.
I'm gonna check
So
this
Newt's
battle axe
gone.
out. Is it look decent quality.
Looks new.
No, I come downstairs after I do all that.
I'm leaving the armor behind because it's worthless. Taking the axe.
Okay.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, we can cuss. Asshole. That bitch.
So Craeloth, did you come down after? Oh yeah, you said after you yelled. So Craeloth, Newt, Violet's already down there talking to Cable. So you all kind of crowd around the thing. Umbley comes over. He says, "Today's the day. Y'all ready?
Oh yeah.
Rockin' goes down.
Nude.
I just hold my head and like, yeah.
You're gonna drink more today, aren't you?"
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Wait, it was good, sir.
Good. Good. The stage is set.
He
Where
knew
did
we
you all
went.
pick up this chimney sweep over here?
We met him yesterday in the square down in the trade district.
Don't. If you have any books, put them away.
You eat
Pretty
books?
deadly with the book.
It's deadly.
I don't like to fight
Me either.
But he does kill. He does kill children.
Okay, cool.
It was my mistake. He pissed me off, and I thought it was an adult.
We'll pass that. It's okay.
I missed one day and y'all are killing kids.
I brought him back alive.
Like I'm the
Thank God he didn't.
I'm the one,
You've been saving
I'm
for
the
6
one that's
episodes.
supposed to be the dodgy wild
I see
card
when
that
you
don't know
got
what's
that
going
ribbon
on. And y'all are
stuck
killing
out
kids
there for a while.
right here.
Okay, we need to set a plan for the day.
It is pretty much unguarded, from what I can tell.
But it's also daylight, so
During the
everybody
morning
will
and
see what we're
midday,
doing.
it's like their home base. They're like it's like a hornet's nest. Do we have hornets in this world?
Sure.
You know when you're supposed to set a hornet's nest on fire at night because they all go home. That's what this boat's like. There ain't
Okay.
many people there.
But there's other people,
There's
Right.
always going to be people.
but they can see exactly what we're doing in the day.
If we're trying to rescue your friend, and we can't get him the sluice queen to help unless we help Thumper at the same time, I think we need to at least try 2 avenues of approach instead of putting all our eggs in one basket.
Probably need to go and talk back to Callie.
She needs to pull her weight and get this execution delayed by pulling favor with the Sultan.
Yes. What?
Because there's no way we can help Thumper and Greg.
Well, we can, but it'll just require some coordination.
If we have to take
If she can go ahead and release us the boat before we help Thumper, because that's the reason we're doing it, right? So
Yeah.
she'll clear the title of the boat.
Yeah.
If we can just get her to do that before, because we can't help him without doing that.
Yeah.
Can
So
anybody-
she's going to have to step up and expedite her part.
Yes. She's going to have to just trust us.
Yeah.
Can anybody write really good?
I mean, I can write okay.
I've done some correspondence in my time.
Perhaps we could at least delay the time. Send a letter from the Kingdom of Stammerin to delay.
Well, I'm no
It might-
forger.
Yeah, it might be pretty hard to forge an official document from the Kingdom of Stammerin. I'm sure they have safeguards against that. But I don't know. We could ask the Briganders. They might have a good forger. If Callie can't pull her favor like she talked about. We also know the Sultaness is going to be at this festival. We can talk to them ourselves.
Do we want to stop and talk to Callie this morning before we go to the...
Yeah, we need to give her as much time as we can give her.
Because the Sultanix will be at the tasting too.
Yeah.
Or contest, not
Yeah, she
tasting.
needs to start working on this immediately.
I want to stop by the library again on the way, just for a second.
The magic shop.
Yeah, the one where the books are.
Okay.
So what, we're just gonna go into the boat and just start killing? What are we looking for?
I don't like the idea of that. I'm looking for something to what's the word I'm looking for?
Incriminate?
Yes. Incriminate board.
But are we incriminating
More
people?
stuff? Don't we
What's
already
that?
have that document?
Probably the more we had, probably do better.
We have a document, but it wasn't exactly signed.
I just had a B on it, I think, right?
Yeah.
The cable says that it's lightly guarded.
Like little to
Morning.
nobody's there.
Yeah.
Like we'll have to deal with 2 dudes.
They were pretty loaded last night.
Yeah, they leave in the morning. I told you, they're like wasps.
Oh, is that the horn thing you're talking about?
Yes.
I just walked in on the last half of that.
Let's go to the boat.
Gotta make sure I got all my spells for that.
There's a lot of stuff to
Fair
do
day.
today.
I'm pretty sure I've already got them.
We gotta go get our clothes at some point.
I already have mine.
I'm wearing clothes. All I wear is a pair of breeches.
Mala, why are you? How do you know about this book? Are you in search of it as well?
Svelte.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what it does,
No.
or what it's about, or what it's for?
No.
So you don't know why you're looking for it either.
I know why I'm looking for it.
Perhaps
My
you
order-
can't tell?
The order that I work for is after it.
Who's your order?
I work.
McDonald's.
I'm a priestess with the Temple of Rhea.
The House of Ramen.
Ah.
Well, I've been given a mission to find it as well
Okay.
by a man, and I have no idea what he does, but
What does this man look like?
he's an elf, right?
Yes.
He's a magical elf. That's not all I know. His name is Aldoni. Have you heard
What?
the name? Aldoni. Have you heard the name?
I think so.
You roll a history check.
First roll of the day.
On your time, Hunter. Take your time.
Well,
buddy.
there we go. There it is.
Oh, you're good. Hey.
15.
Oh, hey.
Doesn't really ring a bell.
Oh, I didn't get off that.
No.
It was nearly impossible.
Yeah, nope, never heard
I
of it.
don't know too much about it.
So him, there's a chance.
There was a chance. It was nearly impossible.
Natural 20. I don't know, Aldoni. What all do you know of this book?
It's blue. It has gold writing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing on the pages. If it's not been messed with.
I wasn't even able to get it open. It was magically locked.
So you've touched it.
I had the book in my possession.
Well, that would be nice. Do you know why the undead want it?
Not a clue. I assume it holds some sort of power, some importance. That's kind of the artifacts that we go after. But
Could it be used as a weapon for evil deeds?
I don't know the specifics. I would assume so. What all? So you just know that it doesn't. It's blue with gold writing and nothing on the pages.
Yes.
That's it.
If it's not been messed with. Or tampered with. The
It
man,
looked like that.
the man I work for is after. He was after a bunch of literary items.
It's kind of, yeah.
He's like a, as far as I know, kind of a magical literary collector.
Okay. That's all I know. I had it in my possession, and then a horde of undead came and took it from me, killing most of the people that I know in Boston, and almost myself.
Well, it seems we should have to remedy that situation.
That would be nice.
Would you like a pastry?
I'm okay.
We got someone to do.
What do you think?
Go see.
See
Yeah.
Callie. I don't know what else to do.
We need to go to
Hey,
the
we're
boat.
going to take you somewhere you've not been yet.
No, we need to go to the boat.
No,
Remember how you
remember the
looking for-
white mask people?
Sure. For the sake of this conversation, yes, I do.
The underbelly?
That was like your
the-
biggest.
Yes,
You
We
wanted
will
to
kill
know
them.
anything.
I think.
No, you were looking for him to find a weapon.
Yes.
Come on.
It's been like 3 months for me.
2 months.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You know how many people died between now and then?
A lot of thugs and a noble.
And a little boy.
Yeah.
He's alive now, though.
Anyway, that's where we're going. You can come or not.
I mean, I'm coming.
Okay.
Obviously. I'm here to help the party.
Okay.
Have we got a name yet?
Nope.
No,
I
I'd
think we
like
should
for
go
you all to
with-
make one so I can start writing it in instead of putting the party, the band of misfits, the group.
I think we should go with like Savage Dragons. Is that a band?
Sounds like a rock band to me.
I was trying to think of
Sounds like a magic dragon.
That's what I was. Yeah. Imagine dragons. They're imaginary dragons.
Okay, we start making our way.
You all swear cables like drink half the ocean.
That's the salt water's getting to his head.
How dare you?
What if we call the party Newt and his merry men?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't even know you. Oh, what are you? Are you like a human?
Oh, I hope so.
I know.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way back across town through the town square.
My mother did
Find
have a
the
horse.
well, the abandoned well. Climb down, make your way through the sewers. Get your way to the Sluice Queen. You
I'm
enter
in that
into the,
prestidigitation chamber before I go.
everybody.
Did I stop by the
Hold on.
library?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Y'all
if
are
you
just
want to.
dragging me to the sewers to meet
There's
the
a
sluice
cleaning
queen?
spot over here.
There's a
I
prestidigitation
want
chamber.
to search for a book about like pocket dimensions. That I'm trying to word this right so you don't give me like a shit book. A book about pocket dimensions that time works differently in.
Roll me investigation check.
Oddly specific.
What's a sluice? What's that thing?
What?
Sluice. It's
It's
like
it's like a waterway, like a man-made.
imagine a sewer
That just
But it's
carries
like
street water.
at an angle.
Dirty 20.
So it's like
30,
a
20.
slide. Sluice.
You search,
It's like
you
sluice.
search,
Yeah.
you search. You do not find anything about pocket dimensions in this library. However, you find a
He
piece
went to somewhere else.
of parchment that has writing on it. It has a number 2 at the bottom. And it's kind of interesting.
It says turn to page 47. And on that page, it says turn to page 53. And on that page, it says turn. It says look in the upper right hand corner. In the upper right hand corner, it says turn to page 6. And on there, it says penis. Ha 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 ha.
In the radio jazz voice.
We're playing the deepest, sweetest hits all night long.
The shorts coming from Robert's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
So I'm confused. There's a library in the sewer.
No,
And
Mitch-
we're meeting
on the
queen.
way there, we stopped at Mount
Iliad.
Magister's Mistress.
Magister's. I know it's in the end. Magister's Mistress, which is a magic shop that has a small library.
Okay, I appreciate y'all aren't treating me like an idiot, but just for the viewers, let's pretend like we don't have a damn clue what's going on and explain this to Cable and Robert. Just for the viewers, not for me. I'm calling out.
Okay, viewers.
Is that your new nickname?
Brig. You know who Brig is?
Yes.
The captain that's in jail.
Uh,
Okay.
I was like, it's killing myself. It is killing.
Brig, we have to prove that he's innocent.
I remember that vaguely.
Okay. So, to do that, we have to prove that Borg, who we know, Borg, the harbor master, is the one that was doing the crimes that Brig was accused of. Yeah.
Which is why I was sleeping under the boat. We're not going to, right?
We'll go there eventually.
Yeah,
Have I
eventually.
heard of any of this before?
Probably not.
I haven't heard of Christian. Ever. And have I heard of this?
The Sluice Queen, Callie the Sluice Queen,
Yes.
is going to help
Corellin
us
is the Elven God.
because she has contact with
You
soldiers.
would have heard of. You would know.
How
So
do
is
we
that
meet these
like-
people?
In the Muhammad world, like
Who?
do I still believe that they all did that?
What do you mean who?
Callie
Callie the sewer god.
Callie.
For the same god.
We saw
Roll a history.
there was
check.
this noble that came approached us while we were in the trade square.
Was this before or after you killed the king?
before. And this guy
17.
accused somebody of stealing his ring and said it was these
Based
people
on just everything that you know,
with white masks that wear black.
you would
the
think
brigands.
this is a piece
Briganders.
I thought I
of
knew these people.
You heard of them.
a book
You heard of their people.
about creation.
When we were in the magic shop,
It
we were
looks
asking
like you
about
have
getting
page
spears.
2 out of
And the orc lady
ever how many
told
there
you
are.
that the people we be able to get it from is the brigand.
Oh, yeah.
Just turned from
Was
an
that-
item to a quest.
That's why I was looking at that fancy restaurant shirtless.
Yes. Because there was thought to be drugs in the beer and thought the rich people would have connection to drugs.
Is that while I'm here?
As I put my tie on.
Is Duke
Anyway.
like a magical owner? Is it still like
You look at the
So,
chalkboard
The
and
nobleman
there's
hired
no
us to get his ring back from these
Nalu, which is his
We were walking the streets and we
shopkeeper
saw
or
these
whatever.
two people that were
She'll
dressed
tell
as
you that
brigands.
no, he's
That's
not
the
back,
white
and the
Yes.
chalkboard
And
is
so we
blank,
chased
so
after
there's still
them, and
no.
they went down this little well and we followed them.
Were you
and
here about
came
the
to this
chalkboard?
door,
You know what I'm talking about?
and
It's a magically enchanted chalkboard that tracks Nikolai wherever he is.
but as they
For
were
the
trying to
longest
open
time,
the
it
door,
said loose
this one over
bolted,
here
which is a place in the
hurled a
broken
dagger and
plates.
he killed it.
percent dead?
Haven't told
She's
the
not
child.
sure, but it's
I brought
there's
him back
just
to
no
life
city.
with a life
He could just be
ring.
in between cities.
Yep.
And then we went and talked to Callie
But I haven't heard of them.
Alright.
and talked to her about this ring that was supposed to be
I haven't heard
stolen.
of those crystals.
For the sake of being able to continue.
Probably not.
We'll pretend like I know. I know what's going on now.
Okay.
I don't know if that's wrong.
Anyway, it was a setup. The ring, the whole thing was a setup. When we got there, he pretty much just tried to kill us. And so we killed him and all his daughters.
I want to go up to the working lady. What's her name?
I'm gonna,
Nalu.
I also don't remember buying a spear. But
Man, do
apparently
you
I
happen to have like a
I have a spear. Also,
I only have
I
this
don't
one.
know.
this
call it
something
back
I
then, a
have?
folder.
What is this?
Yes.
When did we get this?
Fold.
I have one and you
to
have one.
put
And you can like
a book
talk
that I can
back
put
and they're almost like walkie talkies. Kind of.
So an empty book,
They're also
Like
like a good
a
solid
parcel.
bomb.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
There.
And so you come back, it's just like a little wooden, like screw capped
Good solid
parcel.
Bomb?
like
Yeah.
like roll paper that we took out.
So
How much is that going to cost?
8 silver.
hey, let's just keep that around.
Yeah.
I'll put.
We need that
Thank you,
boat.
man.
It's not
I
loaded.
don't want to like put my
Just
thing down
in
there.
case
Switch
we
to secret. I feel like this is
or something.
pretty old
In
document.
case this story takes a turn, I don't know where it's leading us.
You don't know if it's like the original or just a copy or what.
Regardless, I ain't seen me.
I've got a question to you. How hard is it to destroy a wondrous prison or ascending prison? Like, what do you have to do to it to kill it?
And it's hit points.
Can I tell how?
And
many-
an armor class.
I'll head down to the sluice with him.
Can I see this? This is where D&D gets his bloods because my dude just punches stuff. Like that's his whole gimmick. So I just like to
They're
imagine.
real
like,
life.
okay, I'm going to destroy this city
Yeah.
prison.
You can certainly try.
People will find this one day, 200 years from now. I think this is like an accurate state.
I also have a ring that I can use to detect thoughts with.
Little do they know that when they explain the game.
Or,
Little ring.
I
Yeah.
feel like you don't need a ring to be able to tell people.
You gonna take another part?
You can tell what they're thinking.
So yeah, you can read minds. They'd be like, my ring gives me that. I bet Evan's thinking. Hold on. Evan's thinking something. Got my
I'm
ring.
just glad.
Got my ring. I can
I'm
detect
glad you all
thoughts.
have that item.
Hey, don't be like me and don't forget to use it. Don't forget that it's there. Because I totally will.
He won't.
Oh, I've already used it once.
For some reason, when I reappear,
So
I
are
got
you good there now?
Like
I'm
a
going with
sun.
it.
So you catch back up.
travel-
You all have made your way into the sluice queen. You've used the prestidigitation chamber to get yourself cleaned up from the sewers.
Just to be clear, you're in the sewers, right?
Yeah.
You go through like a little section of it.
Okay.
But there's a prestidigitation chamber.
You swim, right? So you swim and do the shit.
I can swim through that and breathe.
I don't know if the prestidigitation chamber cleans the insides.
Sure it does. It's magic.
No, sure. Alright. You see the golden throne and the goblin sitting on it. Ah, just who I needed to see.
Are we
Got
friendly
this.
with these
Yeah.
people?
Okay.
Are these
My
friends?
charisma is 6.
We need.
Hello, Queen Lady. Are we friends with these people?
She's not met
I do
you.
not know you.
This is our associate Caitlin.
My name is Cable.
He was on a recon mission last time we were here. Trying to find more out about the boat.
He knows the rules, you know. Tell no one of this place, blah, blah. We'll kill you if you do, blah, blah.
He probably won't remember being here,
Rat
so it's
Queen.
okay.
We came to free the Nutcracker. That's the first thing I thought of when you said we were in the sewer. What was the Nutcracker?
He had a lot of salt water.
I'm a little off my game today. I've got my smooth.
Well, your muscles are quite lovely.
Ribbon. Did you notice my new nipple tattoo?
I see no nipple tattoo, but yeah, okay. What do you need?
We need you to move up the time.
I would love to, but it appears we have an issue.
What now, of course?
I can't get in touch with Sultanix.
What do you mean?
There's no response from any of his people. There's no response from any of the briganders that have a relationship with him. No one has seen him.
Who the fuck?
I do not know where he's at, and I know a lot. There's not been a single whisper on the ground of where Sultanix is. No one has seen him. No one has seen his wife, his children playing in the courtyard, nothing. I've sent several briganders to look. We've been watching since you all have made this request. And there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
He's supposed to be at a ale contest today.
Well, let's hope he shows. Actually, if he's going to be there, I'll be in the shadows because he is outmaneuvering the briganders.
Okay, let's just go ahead and say he's not going to be there. Because he's probably not going to be there.
If he's probably not going to be there, I don't know.
Did you need him to get the boat into someone else's name?
Yes, the High Executive must sign off.
Do you know the last place he was seen?
Basically, to explain our situation, you sent us to help Thumper.
Yes.
To help Thumper, we need the boat. You sent us to help Thumper so we could get the boat.
I'm trying to get you the boat.
Okay. Just so we're clear.
There's a piece of information missing that you do not have.
I know, we have to go to that boat.
Why do you think Borg's not been able to move the boat? It's warded. The sails will not operate. The helm will not turn.
You think Brig?
What kind of
I think Captain Alfie has the key.
Sorry, Captain Alfie. She knows he's Brig, though.
I think Captain Alfie has the key to unlock the wards.
But you can go onto the ship.
You can go on it, but you won't be able to do anything when you're there to get it to move. Because that's the one thing Captain Alfie could take with him that Borg could not take away.
It's like a magical key.
I believe so.
So we just need Captain Alfie.
We need this execution delayed.
Is that the one in jail?
Or the wedding delayed.
But the only other side of it is, I have a lot riding on Thumper.
Where...
I don't necessarily care if you destroy the entire wedding and the people there. I'd rather not. But if situation comes to, I would rather... We need Captain Alfie to unlock the wards to the ship, and it is his boat, technically. And we also need Thumper.
Okay.
And I can't disclose those reasons at this current moment.
Well, we can get Thumper. But we just have to have the boat after we have him and his mistress.
Time is of the essence.
So, what if we sabotage the wedding and then make them delay it? We can't delay the execution. The Sultanix is missing. We can't expedite your thing. The one thing we can't change right now is the wedding. We fuck it up so bad. We get with the vendors. We find out where they're having it. We ruin it. And they have to change plans. They have to delay.
The wedding?
Yeah, the wedding.
Who's
We
getting
can't do
married?
anything else. What if we mess up the wedding? That way we still give ourselves more time. Because then we can help Thumper after we save Rick or Alfie.
Did you all help Flower and Failing too? They're bad big characters. That's the first thing I thought of when you said Thumper.
Oh, praise to you.
I've heard of this god.
I've read quite a bit of that.
Y'all don't want to have to slow down and pretend like I wasn't here the last time. But y'all wonder why I keep getting distracted over here with.
Do you have any leads on the Sultanics?
No, but I think that is top priority.
Where is the last place he was located? This sounds like a quite intriguing.
So wait, we're setting back a wedding.
So there's
If
three.
my investigation of that.
On
I'm
her,
sure I
are
don't
you a her?
Yes.
On her account.
Yeah.
Is Thumper in love with somebody? Who's Thumper?
Thumper is known.
Is that the kid you
I
killed?
was trying to explain all this. You said, "Oh, I'm caught up. I'm all right."
I did not mean to kill him.
Thumper is in love with Yvonne Estraci.
I'll pull out
This
the
chick
book
like
she
me
is
up?
killing everybody
Yeah.
with.
Okay,
And
we've
I'm
got
like,
this.
don't
We'll run
mean
the wedding
it.
for.
Okay, so
I
there we
seem
go.
trustworthy. Sylph Queen.
I am a powerful ally and a terrifying enemy.
I ain't scared no ghosts.
She's got a ghost.
Oh, where did you find this one?
He kind of found us
Oh,
in a
I
barrel.
see.
Out there to the barrel.
He's actually better than the other guy.
What?
And the other, yes, my brother would have probably tried to kill me by now.
So there's three leads. One of my trusted agents saw him being led to the docks, onto the boat,
Is this Thumper?
maybe
onto the boat.
Sultan.
onto the boat, the Oaken spirit. Possibly, maybe Borg thinks he had magically warded the boat. I don't know. And with today's magic, who knows if it was even Sultan's. Second lead.
Did you
Whose
see him
men was
leaving
leading
the boat? The Oaken spirit. Was he seen leaving the Oaken spirit?
We saw him being drugged to it.
But
Yeah.
he was not seen leaving it.
Who was dragging him? You said Forbes man?
Looked like the dock workers. Second lead. No one has seen him leave the Gold Keep.
But they saw him leave to go to the boat, or he was just seen on the docks.
Just seen on the docks.
How
Third
did
lead.
he not leave the Gold Keep if he was going onto the boat?
Third. I don't know.
How can you be in
The
two places at
information
the same time?
that we have.
Do you not have timestamps for these information?
No, I do not.
Really?
There's holes in the footage.
It was. I mean, it was different times. If that.
Question though, do you trust the young boy?
You?
No.
No, I do not trust you.
So you're talking about the young child that I was informed that you killed.
Yes, that one.
Omo?
Vaxilon.
Yeah, they're young. They're learning.
Do you think they
You
would
need
lie?
to enunciate that name. Just a
To you.
lot.
Omo?
Oh.
It's a peculiar thing. Depends on what they would be
Say
lying
that.
for. Everyone lies to protect something.
To you?
What's the third
Of course.
point? Third lead.
They found Sultanix's clothes behind the warehouse in the docks.
The warehouse that Briggs men are staying in the dock.
Is that near the boat I've been trying to drag you all to that's lightly guarded?
We are going to go there.
Yeah, at night when they're all home.
we're
Is the warehouse where Briggs' men, where Alfie's men were staying?
They were,
Were
yes.
being held?
Yes. Now, forgive me not to intrude into your things. I believe you all visited there, did you not?
Yes.
That's why we need Alfie. His men will go leave. If we free Alfie, they are free. And then we can leave.
Alfie would be a great ally.
That's exactly why he's our number one priority.
I've got an idea for a plan.
Okay.
You can't get Alfie free without Sultanix, and you can't get Sultanix without finding where he's at.
Okay, so here's the question.
Sultanix is the guy that had the books, right? All those
No.
books.
That's
Why
Nikolai.
should we care about Thumper? Sounds like we don't need Thumper. We got enough stuff to worry about.
If you do not take Thumper, I will not help you.
What do we need your help for? You just gave us everything.
Go try.
She has the Sultanix ear.
You said Sultanix sent out a massive ship of books.
Have you all promised
Didn't get Nikolai's.
to help this woman?
That's just in my head.
Thing.
I'm trying to keep it.
Yes, that is information.
We are going to help you because they made a promise to you. I've never met you. But if they promise to help you, we'll help before we
Thank you.
proceed.
You think she has the Sultanix here?
Yes.
Do you have the Sultanix here?
Not literally.
Okay, figure it.
What's your tail?
How do you like?
It's actually a 9.
I didn't really ask that.
Yeah, he did.
You came to my sluiceway asking for help.
I have no.
Do not
balls.
badger me,
We just want to know
or I
why
will
we're
leave
doing
you
what
on
we're
your
doing.
own.
I have a lot on my plate. I am fine helping Thumper. I want to know why. You said you can't tell us yet.
Didn't really care when you paid 50 gold to kill that guy.
I had to.
Ooh!
Violet, what would you do in my situation?
I would not have done that.
And you let all your people die because one guy saw you, one guy that attempted to kill you earlier and ran away? That if he wouldn't have ran, we would have killed anyway? You would let him undo everything?
Who?
The man that ran. We were in a fight and he got away. That's who we killed.
Yes.
If he wouldn't have ran, we would have killed him, wouldn't we?
Yes.
So the fact that he ran, he's unfallible. And all my people can live in slavery because one man saw me leave and I didn't throw him
Do you
in
think
jail.
one man would have stopped us?
He had.
Just as
Look at-
reference,
look at all
Five in that
these-
room didn't.
Newt is listening to this.
He was nothing
like
to me.
thinking about his life.
Like,
I was like, this is intense. I
This,
understand both situations. I'm just like,
this has gone way beyond my control. I've only asked for armor to go fight, and she gave me half plate like I'm some fucking rogue.
I just looked it up to see what it was.
I had to do it. I didn't like it. I was
imagine
forced.
It's more like
I've had to do some things to save my people. I will do anything. That's what it takes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't like it either. I appreciate that you don't like it, but if it came to it again, I'd do it again. And I'd pay double.
he's saying your feelings.
Who did you pay to kill?
Some idiot that saw us leave a place and could have put us in jail.
Why didn't you just attack him?
He ran away. He got away.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your head count. You couldn't chase him? What do you mean?
You can't run through the town murdering guardsmen.
Don't like kill him in the street. There was 3 of you, I'm assuming, at the time.
He was in the
He
street.
was in the street.
He got away. We
You're
had
7'9".
we were fighting 6 other dudes, and he was in the back and ran. Where were you?
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he
You're
was
pretty
15.
fast, aren't you?
I'm pretty sure he was 15 feet at the time. It was hard to maneuver down the
Callie's
hallway.
like, this is quite the show.
I'm standing
We
next
need to go to the
Callie
docks.
at this
Yeah.
point.
Let's
Also,
go.
do you happen
Let's
to have
go
a,
speak with Briggs men.
Let's
you
go
have-
to the boat.
do you happen to have a way into the goat keep in case it gets to that?
I do not. It's one of the most heavily guarded places in all of Maple Dock.
How did you all...
Nah.
Wait, didn't you all
Sorry.
say I was trying to buy a spear from these
Yes.
dudes? Do you have any weapons for sale?
Oh, yes, we have plenty. What would you like to find?
That's the spear I was looking for like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, just stop by.
I got this battle axe. You want it?
No.
It's easy enough. It's 10 silver for a spear.
I say, I have a
found
weapon,
the
and I
spear.
pull out
You
a
had to
bloody
try.
book.
It says I have a spear in here.
But you gotta try it. I'm pretty sure you just put the spear in there because it has the same stats. You picked up.
I hold up my
tried
bloody
it
book.
first,
I say, here's a weapon,
It just falls
and
apart.
it falls into pieces. I'm like, well, shit.
What do you...
Yeah, I found out when you use that, the item you throw takes 3d8 damage.
Oh, really?
Oh, the item. Hey,
So my book's dead now.
so it hit and pages just went everywhere.
It's like, they just.
You need a weapon too.
Okay.
Do you have any
apparently I'm
heavy
good.
books?
Well, if you do need anything, just stop by.
Good
Do
dictionary.
you sell any magical weapons?
Encyclopedia.
Don't have any right now. You're
I
useless.
for real have to-
Encyclopedia.
I forgot to ask for this.
I'm just kidding.
Do you happen to have a quite large encyclopedia?
Does this look like a library?
You look very smart, woman.
I am smart. I have a library up here.
Oh, you don't have any heavy books?
No, I don't.
Dama.
Never met a magical user that needs physical items.
He likes to throw things.
I like to read, but if necessary, sometimes I get quite angry.
He said
It's something I'm working on.
Apparently they killed children. I'm imagining.
No, that was a dagger.
I just imagine you having
You
to
do
swallow
that? I'm
like
sorry.
one of those old Webster dictionaries with this kid that just hit him.
No, that was a man. I did that
in the
too.
spinal column.
Okay, let's go and talk to Briggs men.
To the warehouse.
Yes.
To the boat.
When I slung the book, I was just trying to
Travis, roll me a d4.
get some distance area.
I was gonna
and
explain
then
my plan
it took
on the
its
way
plan.
there.
I wasn't expecting it.
Lucky. Took y'all an hour to get through that. Alright.
On our way, I'm explaining my plan.
That's 10 a.m.
Oh, and if you're playing
It's about
helps,
boat
I can
more
also
time.
disguise
That's
myself.
what
I
he's
forgot I
saying.
could do that. I can
We're
transform
going.
into-
We're going to the warehouse, apparently.
We are.
I spent an entire day watching over this boat, and nobody is listening to me.
We're going.
We heard your one line of information that you gave.
I'm sorry, it's more than you had while y'all were out killing children.
No, it's not.
If it helps your plan, I can disguise myself magically.
I just want to get his men to create a distraction while we go on the boat.
There's no need for a distraction. There's like 2 people on this
Very well.
boat.
On the boat, yes, but on the docks, there's more than 2 people.
Well, if we act like we're supposed to be up there, they'll look up there and
But
go,
we're
"Oh, okay."
not, and the harbor master knows that.
So
Oh,
what are
we
the
got
odds
on
the
the
harbor
boat
master
slightly.
is standing next
We
to
were
the boat?
slightly on
All
the
of
boat.
his men will know it.
I would imagine it's a big dock.
Well,
It
I-
is.
They've
And
got
there's a
more
lot of
things to do
people.
than look at this boat.
No. We're going to the warehouse to talk to them.
You're on the way there.
We were slightly on the boat. Arm was on
I'm
the
with
boat.
your plan, though.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm going to screw this up and not get this stuff. that's
No,
on
you're
the
going to
boat.
screw it up.
Okay. You all make it to the docks. There's a lot of activity on the docks. There's a lot of action, a lot of people moving.
I've got a question. This is out of the gate. Got a question. You walk, say you're at UT Knoxville, right? And you see a store that's obviously closed down.
Mm-hmm.
Whole Main Street's crowded, and you
Yeah.
see 4 people in this store that's obviously closed down. What's your first thought? Not,
Exactly.
oh, they're not supposed to be there.
They're cleaning.
Yeah.
But imagine all the people that see you there work for the CIA and are watching.
Because
Because that's what it is.
No, you're insane.
What do you guys do?
We're going to the warehouse to talk to Captain Alfie's men.
I don't need new clothes yet, right?
Okay, so the warehouse is the double doors are just open.
Uh-huh.
As you guys approach, I mean, there's like a couple guys still in there, but it's been mostly vacated.
And just so you know, Newt probably stinks because he's not had a bath in.
Because
We
keep
just
in
walked
mind,
across the change chamber.
Oh, I did. Because I hadn't had a bath in 5 years.
keep in mind that
My ass is
Um,
stinking.
Captain Alfie's men, I mean, yeah, they were sitting in the warehouse, but Borg basically has them under whip and chain
I
working
know,
for
and so
him.
if they try and do something else, it'll be a distraction. I need you to talk to him.
Hey guys, where's everybody at?
Okay,
They gave us our list this morning, moving some supplies around, ship to ship,
I can tell you whether or not.
nonsense.
You ready to get out of here yet?
Beyond.
We need you to make a distraction.
Finally! What do you need us to do?
We have to get on the
Quite
boat.
easy.
He said he just said it. I'm just
Do whatever you can to get any bystanders on the docks eyes away from the boat while we get on the boat.
So what happens if we get caught?
And you're already a prisoner.
That is true. But I don't want to die.
If it comes to
This-
blows, we won't let you
Yeah, I mean, if
You
this
swear
works-
it?
So you're
I'll
not
do
above.
everything in
I
my
mean,
power.
don't incite violence because then they might
Yeah,
get
don't-
guards on you.
Don't throw the first punch.
Yeah, just distract me. But if this works out, we might be able to save Alfie, and then he's free, you're free. We leave this hellhole town.
I don't think the town's a hellhole.
Wait
think it's
till
got
you
a
see the
bad
rest.
apple. I think it's got a bad apple.
If the core is rotten, the rest is rotten.
Takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch.
And the bad apple.
You should copyright that. That'd go a long way.
You ever had a bucket of apples? We'll get one in there rotten. They all rot.
I know how you can
He's
pick
like
it
the
up.
horse Gump accidentally giving out smileys.
Yeah, all right. You have to give me some time to get in touch with other men. I can't just scream it across the docks.
Well, just, you're
30
carrying
minutes
stuff
or so.
around, drop it in front of people,
Give me an hour.
an hour.
An hour.
Okay.
The dock's huge, and it'll take me. I gotta be careful.
So you're telling me the dock's huge and these people that work here are scattered about the entire dock, not all standing around this boat that we're trying to get on, right?
Probably
Yeah.
How many of these people do you think work for Board?
75%.
Out of how many? How many?
Out of 100%.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but if it's 75% of 10 people,
I'd
that means
Seven
there's
and a half people.
I would
that
say
means there's 7
Who's the
people.
half? Is it?
That means there's
It's a
7
half.
people.
It's a half.
That means there's 10
People,
people.
the guards are.
there is approximately 80 dock workers.
What's 7
The guards are happening.
It'd be like
Why couldn't you just say 100? There's
Because I
100
rolled.
dock workers.
Not on 1,000.
it's probably like what 60 some percent,
I feel like doing that.
63%. So there's probably
Well, if you
63 people that are loyal.
Divide it by 4,
Take the
Okay, well, we just
20, so it's 60 out of 80.
we let them go make their distraction, but we also watch and see if we can get on the boat sooner. If it's not that big a deal, and then the distraction will help us escape.
It works.
What if also I disguise into a guard, and if we do get caught, I'll just say,
Go for
you're
it.
like my prisoners or
I don't even know.
Sent by board.
I love it.
Sure.
Genius. Don't kill any kids.
They'll probably know. I don't know.
What are you guys doing?
Sir,
God, it's stressful, ain't it?
Why is
we
it
guys
stressful?
start
What are we
scoping out
looking
the,
for on
the
the
boat
boat?
situation.
Well, we'll
like,
know when we find it.
Is
So we
there-
have no idea what we're looking for.
Can we
Something
like
to incriminate
get
boards.
closer
So
to
once we
the
get on there,
boat
we're just
without
gonna, like,
standing out?
scatter
Is it
around
like
these
a restricted
No, we're
area?
like, even
Where
if we
like
get on
anybody
it,
can go on the dock?
we got
You all haven't like walked down that area yet, so you won't know until you get there.
I thought we had.
Hog
I thought
walks
we went
somewhere.
to sneak on it before. That's why I ended up
You
sneaking.
swam under it, but
What
no
happened?
one has
Where'd
like
Hog go?
walked down that chunk of the
Until-
dock.
I tell them.
Well, he
I'll ask Alfie's
despawned.
man.
You have to.
Yeah, he
Is
was
anybody
always
on
in
the
the
dock or is
boat.
it a restricted area?
You gotta open the doors.
Normally at night, it's
I
super
don't think the ones that
restricted.
get-
During the day, it's lessened. There's less of the
So
guards,
Now
but
it'll be fine. We could walk down there.
Do I know the path to
They
that
may-
road that Captain
so the Oaken Spirit's been off limits to everyone except for a select few, and there's some phrase.
Yes.
Anything phrase? Did you hear anything? Yeah, I figured.
I talked to a fish.
Well, Hog didn't hear nothing, did
Who's Hog?
he? He's my,
Is that your brother?
no, he's
You're a piggy centaur.
He's a half frog, half.
half frog, half lizard. Pet. He's got
Lizard.
He's got the he's got the legs.
Frog.
He's got the legs
Yeah.
of a frog, the tongue of a frog, with the body of a lizard,
And his name's Hawk.
and he's fat.
So it's a toad.
No, it's a lizard.
It's a toad.
It's a lizard.
It's a toad with a tail.
It's a long toad.
Okay, we'll go down closer to the boat and we'll see what we can do. We won't go to the boat directly. We'll just go to the docks. You work on the distraction.
Okay, I want to tell you all my plan.
Oh, you'll
Let's
know
hear
it
it.
when it happens. I have an idea.
How big is this boat?
You don't hear
Like
it
what do you like? Long width, just
Wide,
overall.
like dock side to ocean side.
I'm going to guess 20 to 30 feet.
Okay, that's not that big. So my plan, I'm gonna swim under the boat to the other side.
Maybe larger. I'm not sure because I don't. It's on the other side of that map.
You're good. I'm gonna swim to the other side of the boat and like kind of poke my head up. And if I'll either wait for their distraction because they said we'd know it, or I'll wait to hear a ruckus from you guys and climb up to hell.
So,
Do you think you could?
so this plan that you had us going on the boat, you're not even going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be the secret.
How fast is this thing? Can he swim
So
up
your
there?
plan is to hide under the water while we go do the thing, and if we succeed, you're good. If we fail, then you're gonna help out.
Well, no, I'm gonna help out regardless. I'm just saying if there's a fight, I can come in and go,
Sneak attack.
yeah, that's much better than
Can you swim under where everybody's entering and exiting the boat and see if you can hear the passcode?
There's
Sure.
not that many people there, so I doubt people are going to be walking.
Oh no, apparently everybody and their mother knows everybody by face from up to 70 yards away, according to Viola.
Know my name.
What do you guys do?
That's why you think nobody remembers anything, because you don't.
This group seems a little bit hostile. I don't know if I should join.
Shit's got real. Okay?
We're trying to get on a boat.
We're on a time crunch, we gotta do 6 things at the same time.
Little drinks and shit.
So I try to swim up to hear the password.
Okay, so you're going to go down into the water. What are you guys doing? It'll take you a minute to get there.
Just gonna walk.
Just walk over.
Yeah, walk as close as I can without drawing suspicion.
So just trying to blend in, kind
Yeah.
of. Roll me a performance check. You three, roll me a stealth check. Roberto.
Oh, I'm so good at performance checks.
With advantage, Robert, because you're in the water.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
16.
Solid.
17.
Thank you for
You
the
all
advantage.
inconspicuously make it.
I have a -2.
12.
I rolled an 18. I was waiting
That
to
was
be
the
like
DC. So.
-1.
Okay, so you get. So you're trying to get to like where the.
I can just poke an ear up.
I say
My
that
little
for
fishy
this.
ear.
Okay, roll me a perception check. And I'm going to roll to see if anyone is actually passing by there.
I'm rolling like 8 dice. Hold on. Let me get this crap out of the way. So I know which one.
That's what that little side thing's over there for. You put all your dice.
Oh, can you put that in there too? All that attitude you're freaking
Yeah, put it over that empty space with all your memories.
That's not my little thing. Was it perception? 21.
Ooh, and I rolled that somebody was there. You hear the phrase, "The wolf will bear its teeth."
I've heard that before. I've heard you say that before.
All of you all have somewhere.
I feel like it was in that paper.
Yeah, but it wasn't about getting on the boat.
Hey. You're not there.
Down.
Hey, none of y'all there.
I'm saying, I've heard that before in that paper somewhere.
So unless
I think it
I
was
swim back to them immediately.
Callie told us.
Yeah, she told us when she decoded that paper up.
No, she said when we meet somebody.
Can I, like, CGI terribly jump out of the water like the first Captain America movie? How he somehow swims straight up and like gets 50 foot and land on the dock.
I mean,
Or a super soldier.
what even would that be? Athletics check, I guess.
Like a dog.
I mean, that was just more for flavor than. But now, if I
yeah, but
fell
can
it,
you do
it would be funnier if I was just like,
Oh, you wait till you feel it.
athletics, you said?
Yeah.
That's fine. 22.
You do it just fine.
I don't even bend my knees. I let knees locked.
He lands beside of you, Violet.
That's
You
terrible.
might have some
Right?
pictures.
Knees locked like this. Hello.
Well, what'd you hear?
The wolf bears its teeth. I genuinely forgot. Pretty sure that's it though.
The wolf will bear its teeth.
The wolf will
Well, that's
bear
not
its
the phrase that Callie told us.
He
though.
filled up that memory space.
Yeah, I don't know. Remember? Okay, well, I guess we just go over there.
Okay, same plan. I'll be on the back side of the boat waiting.
Sure, you just go hide in the water and we'll handle
You
it.
don't need to dress up as a guard?
Yes, I thought you were already a guard. Kill the guard. Oh, that could be our distraction. Tell them that there's I don't know this man, and say that there's a guard hidden among them that doesn't belong. Can you fight?
Do you have a book?
I don't know.
I don't think you just had to read.
I'm not big boy.
Okay.
So you go turn to a guard.
Yeah.
Probably need to go find somewhere a little inconspicuous to do this.
You know, just
Yeah, because I mean, you're on a dock out in the broad
80 people.
daylight.
I just
60 of
shot. I just shot 30 foot up out of the water and landed next to Violet, knees locked, with my arms
I don't need no component.
and my
It's just BS.
hands on hips,
Well, no, you might.
sparkling like ever.
Is that an EM on there?
It's got, yeah, M is where it needs components, right? Or is that just material?
What's material component?
And I said,
Oh, okay.
"Oh, darling,
Yeah, that's right.
my
Yeah, you should be good.
Johnny Cash."
But I mean, you have.
Bang,
I mean,
bang,
as long as it
bang,
doesn't have a
bang.
bullet.
Yeah, you should be
Bang,
fine with that spell.
Okay. I go over in the corner somewhere, inconspicuous, and
Change it to a bullet.
I don't make that noise. No.
R2D2 door.
Okay, so where are you going to go? That's going to be the thing.
Oh, we did the same thing.
Duck out of the
I
way
was
from
thinking
Your
me.
best option would be maybe like in between two boats, like on like a kind of cobblestone, kind of little outstretch. Roll me a stealth check just to see if anyone notices you duck in there. And that make your character.
Let's see what we got. Be fat and stinky.
I
Yeah.
like walking.
I'm not that noisy.
Yeah, I mean you try. Ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, a 7 foot tall or
18.
bugbear standing in front of somebody.
Anything you do. You feel like no one saw.
I love that oak tree dies today.
Okay.
Okay, when we go up here, you say the phrase, and we're following with you closely.
What do you want me to tell them?
The wolf bears.
But Borg sent us, because why would
You don't have to-
bringing you
Just
up?
say the pass phrase.
Just say the password.
Let's not give any more information than we have.
I'm on the backside of the boat.
You're not there.
Can I
Yeah,
climb
you're
up
on.
it without anybody noticing me since I'm on the ocean side?
What did their voice
You could
sound
try.
like?
Because
Because I don't think I can say it. in my
Like right
voice.
now, like while they're doing that.
matter. This is a big
Athletics
mix
check
of people.
and stealth check. Athletics check, see if you can do it. Stealth check, see how quiet you are. So first athletics, just see if you can even do it.
No, there's
Red.
all kinds of different people here.
It's athletics. If I pass, yellow is stuff. So all that roll. Okay. A solid 13 on the athletics
Barely made it.
and a 14 on the stealth.
You feel like no one probably heard you.
So we're making our way to the boat.
I'm hanging off the side right now, secretly. Waiting either, like I said, for the distraction or for like some ruckus.
Okay. You guys approach. There is a couple crew members or dock workers, something. Clearly look like Borg's people. What do you want?
How's it going? The wolf shall bear its teeth.
Fair enough. What are you looking for?
I was just told by Borg we need to get these feathers here on this boat.
What did they do?
I don't ask questions.
Fair
I
enough.
get paid, I do what I'm told.
Persuasion check.
Yeah. 17.
Hurry.
Have a good.
You guys enter onto the boat.
We like to think my guy thinks he's really sneaky, but he's not. So his bright ass blue hands are hanging over the rail of this wooden ship with his spear on his back. It's just sticking about a foot and a half over the side of the boat.
Who's that guy over there? He ain't no bigger than a squirrel.
The Oaken Spirit is wooden in structure with newly painted letters on the side of the ship that says the Oaken Spirit. The ship also has black stained glass across the back of the captain's quarters, and there are portholes in various spots on the sides of the ship. The ship seems to belong to the harbor master. The beige sails ripple, although rolled, ripple in the wind as the sea breeze blows in. There are, as you kind of look around, you see the group that let you on the ship, and then you see another group of crew members, dock hands, or whatever, kind of across the way doing something on the boat. What do you guys
Go to the captain's quarters and investigate that stuff.
do? So you lead up to the captain's quarters,
That's what
open the door, it opens, it's unlocked. You're in.
I'm just going to start investigating or whatever I'm
Where are
supposed to
these
be
dock
investigating.
hands? Like, where are they at?
One group was standing right there, like on where the onboarding plank
Mhm.
was, and then the other one you saw they were on the opposite side of the ship, and they started walking towards the backside down to the.
About how many of them?
Both groups were groups of 4.
So 8 altogether. But there's nobody really around where we are. Just like on the.
Nobody was in the captain's quarters, and no
Well,
one.
I'm not in the captain's quarters yet.
Or like no one. That's the only 2 groups. One was right there, and the other ones were walking down into the lower deck.
Okay.
The guys at the where you guys boarded on, clearly they're there to guard whoever's coming on.
Just say
Right.
I only stay disguised for an hour.
That's fine.
I'm going below deck.
Okay. I'm going to sit down and cast Detect Magic. It'll take me a minute. If anybody asks, I'm just here to investigate the magic on the ship. Cover for me.
Were you inside the captain's quarters?
No, I guess I'm just out kind of on the deck of the ship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also,
So how are you going to do it, Hunter? Are you just going to cast it instantly, or are you going to sit down?
No, I'm going to do a ritual cast on it.
Okay. So you're going to lay out your stuff and
Yeah, I'm going to put on a big show. That way it looks like I know what I'm doing.
gotcha.
Yeah.
You're doing like right
Yeah.
outside the
Just
captain's quarters, I
imagine
go inside and
my
look around.
terrible
I'm
hiding
gonna go
spot
inside.
scenario.
I'm gonna go
I've
inside.
got
With
my hand
Your fingers
over
are cramping.
the top of my head above the edge of the ship. There's also a big window down the steps where they walk. You
Looking
just
right
see
at
my
your
bright
crotch.
ass blue torso.
See your abs.
Just hey, I didn't see the window. I
So you're
just-
going below deck?
Yeah.
As you go below deck, so you're casting that, you're below deck, you're waiting on something to happen. What are you doing?
Cap quarters investigating.
Okay, investigation check.
I'm just
Feel
looking
like
for any
it's
sign
like
of the Sultanex or anything weird.
Okay, investigation check plus stealth because that group's down there and they're going to wonder what you're doing.
What's the weather like?
Partly cloudy.
24.
And investigation. Disadvantage on stealth. So 18 on stealth.
Hey.
With disadvantage.
Okay. You see a bunch of crates, a bunch of sacks of various goods. Nothing in particular, no signs of a struggle, no signs of a kidnapping, no signs of anything of that nature. You see several. Really, I mean, it's just like sacks of food and clothes and just materialistic things. Like
No like papers or anything. Okay. When I feel like I'm.
I mean, some of the crates got all kinds of like. You pick up some of them; they're super heavy, and
Yeah, if I feel like there's nothing really worthwhile down here, I'll go back up.
24.
Two things I want to look for. I'll look for if there's anything on the boat that tells us how to work the sails. You know, whatever would incriminate what's
Okay.
And books. He wants to look for books.
The captain's quarters is in the middle of two inclined staircases that ascend to an even higher deck that holds a platform in the helm of the ship. The ship's wheel itself is made out of old darkened wood with obsidian chunks placed randomly, filling in the gaps in the wood. Within the captain's quarters is an old wooden desk, a dry rotting olive green rug, and several wooden cabinets along with a decent-sized bed covered with bits of white and maroon covers. The musty and salty air moves about through a cracked, black-stained glass window. There are various pieces of parchment and books that lay around the desk with the drawers themselves on the desk. As you pull on the drawers, the three in total, two on the left and one on the right that is larger, are all locked. The room is dark, and there's very little daylight that shines through the dark stained glass.
Is there a. Can I feel in that crack and see if there's a key or anything?
Yeah, you don't feel anything. There's no key present. The room is actually decently clean. There's not a whole lot of stuff. The papers laying on top of the desk are mostly.
Does the drawers that are locked, does it have like a keyhole or is it locked by some other?
No, it's a keyhole.
Fonzie, that son of a bitch.
One of the documents on top, however, talks about having issues with the helm and sails being magically warded and not working. One of Borg's associates, this is like a log of what they tried,
Written from
said a type of arcane key is required to operate. Borg spent several hours along with some of his top men trying to get into the silver nest to see if they could get in contact with Alfie, but were denied access.
So Borg came in contact with Alfie.
Well, it's Alfie. Alfie's in the jail,
Right.
not the
Borg.
Sultanex.
Borg's in there. Borg's back there.
Well, he's the harbor master. He doesn't necessarily
He's
have.
banging the governor. They're in cahoots. They're
Did I see
they're
anything in the log? Is there anywhere about the Sultanex? Since I heard he was drug on board?
Not on those papers.
I want to do something from the drawers. Let me see what's new.
You find one piece of paper that has this red ink of some sort, and it's like all over this page, and it's like wet, but it's unlegible. You can't read it. Doesn't even look like words. It looks like somebody tried to do something, like they tipped over the, what do you call the thing that holds ink? inkwell. They tipped over the inkwell or something, and the page is just soaked with this red ink.
I've got a
Is it
question.
still wet?
No, it's right.
With my
Well, I'll look at it and see if I figure anything out. If I don't know.
Yeah, it's illegible. Like you can't read it. There's
Not
nothing
there.
with my illuminator's tattoo, it says I don't. This will have to be more of a your ruling thing
It's blood. Do what? Berto?
here. As an action, you can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length. The name of the ship on the side of the boat that I'm touching, could I make it disappear?
You can try.
Okay, I tried.
What's it say it does again?
It's as an action, you can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length and speak a creature's name. The writing becomes invisible to everyone other than you and the named creature for the next 24 hours. Either you can dismiss the invisibility by touching the script, no action required.
Yeah.
Once used, this action can't be used again until the next
Okay, so
time.
what are you trying to make disappear?
The name of the boat.
Yeah, it's gone. It just.
I just want to call it. Oh, and I speak Violet's name. Just
I
'cause-
can see it.
Yeah, Violet's on the one.
Okay. So what? I'm going to say that that's been the 10 minutes, and your. Do you have any more questions? Your detect magic goes on.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a look around. I'm assuming if I look at the sails,
There
they're gonna
is
pop up.
an absolute massive pool of magical energy coming from below deck.
From below deck.
It is just where Craeloth had been. It is absolutely like the strongest magic you probably felt in your lifetime.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try and go down there.
There's also
Right.
a ping inside the captain quarters, inside the desk.
So I come out.
I guess I'll go to the captain's quarters first because that's where he is.
I'm walking out as you're walking in. Like, I found a piece of wood.
Oh, I'll keep that. We might can use it. Okay. And I guess I'll go to the desk.
It's locked.
I guess I'll find the one that's locked, and I will pull out my crowbar and try and pop it open.
You know, this world of myth and magic.
I'm
I don't have a crowbar.
monsters.
It's from my
I'm gonna
adventuring.
walk
adventurers.
out, and I'm gonna shut the door behind me and act like I'm standing guard.
So just in case we need to change a tide.
If I can. If not, that's fine.
Crowbar.
I have a crowbar. I also have a hammer.
Yes.
Some other stuff. From my, it says sensor, a crowbar, a hammer,
It's a sensor.
Like a little smoke filled
a
thing.
sensor.
Try
Try
to-
that's what it says.
Try to cuss.
Fuck.
Beep! You've been censored.
Little delayed. Are you ready? Hold on, I'll try it again.
It's not tuned.
I'm going,
It's not tuned. It's gonna be
I'm
delayed.
going on 3. Fuck.
Beep! I told you it's not tuned.
Ass.
Beep.
We don't beep ass.
Yeah, just don't say asshole because you gotta beep the hole.
Yeah.
You can talk about asses. You can talk about
If it's not, that's fine.
No, I'm looking up something else. Yeah, you certainly do.
So
I'm
I can,
trying to look up something else.
Okay.
I'm going to fight.
Are you trying to look
What
at the
kind
same-
of magic
That's 'cause
is
what you
it?
looking at?
that I get from the desk?
There was some way I saw everybody's characters.
Um,
No,
Maybe.
I got there.
As I'm standing outside, I'm like, there you go.
I can see
what's the
it.
schools of magic one more time? Read them to
Evocation, abjuration, enchantment.
enchantment.
Okay.
There you go. We ain't taking off side of the boat.
Okay. Take out your crowbar and you begin working on the drawer of the desk.
Travis, what's your AC?
17.
Are you sure? Sorry.
Yeah.
That just seemed awful low.
Yeah. I don't have any good. I'll just have chainmail.
Oh no, on here it says 10. On the app.
And
I don't know. Yeah, my 17.
I'm attacked by a mimic.
you
Oh, that would be true.
Uh-oh.
What's your passive perception?
Uncovered.
16.
you suddenly feel 3 stripes across your back. And you hear the voice. First one is
Dude, what? I'm outside.
17 to hit.
Misses.
Dude,
Second one.
I'm outside of. I ain't in the room.
I'm gonna take. I would assume after the first 2, I could use my reaction.
Yeah.
I'll use my warding flare to give him disadvantage on the last attack.
Okay. 21.
That
That was with disadvantage. Him and his loaded ass dice.
we missed with the first 2.
Where's the loaded dice you're making us? What have we done by today?
Alright, listen. It's harder than I thought. That very first
9
match I
points
made,
of piercing
picture of
damage.
him, Best one.
Newt,
When you go into my house
Newt,
and paint that picture.
you see a flash of black and steel come out of the shadows
At me?
at Violet. And as she's trying to pry open this bar, and this just flurry of blows across her back. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Like everyone,
Just
I'm
me and
still
you.
on the side of the boat.
Everyone.
Son of a gun. But they know I'm there.
Do they know you're there? You don't know.
I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm.
You know what you did.
So my guy would be like, which side are you marking as the entrance?
Do they even know I'm not a thing?
Evan,
Huh.
which side are you marking as the entrance? The side that we walked on. Because I'm on the opposite side.
So the dock would have been coming off this way.
So I'm like, I'm
We'll
making
say
this
right
too.
here.
I got one.
I just
All the way
wanted,
down
I
the
wanted to
hard
place
wall.
my person before you started
Craeloth, you are
placing.
coming.
Oh, yeah.
You're still downstairs, and you're coming up. So you'll come up on this.
I just wanted to place my person, so I
Newt.
wouldn't put my.
You are at the door. We're gonna say the captain's quarter. Violet, you're here.
I didn't want to put myself in an advantageous position. Oh my goodness. We're rolling red, baby. Rest of the day. I think that's the best initiative I've ever rolled.
There's
Especially
any
on
books on the shelf. There's any books on the shelf. I'm gonna pick up that journal here in a second.
The bad guy rolled a natural 20. Anybody roll a natural 20? Did you? What's your dex?
My dex.
Yeah.
15.
He goes first.
There's only one guy at this point, right?
Well, say all these other people are about to start jumping.
Only
in
problem
there.
is you don't know what's going on.
Just me and
You'll still get to go.
Just you two. Yeah, you still get to go, but you're unaware of what's occurred. So technically, what you said, you were waiting on a distraction or a ruckus. You haven't heard anything yet.
yeah.
You know, see a bright light flash out of the room and me go, ah!
Oh, did you? Is that what happens with that reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, you would have heard that.
Well, it doesn't make a sound, I don't think.
Oh.
But it,
What's your passive perception?
here, let me read it to you. You can.
14.
When you're attacked by a creature that can be blinded within 30 feet that you can see, you can use reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. It's called warding flare. I kind of assumed it was like a flashbang, but I don't know.
It we'll say that it was, but with the dark stained glass, Newt's in the way of the door, it wouldn't have been as much as you
Newt's
thought.
fast.
If your
So
perception or passive perception was higher, you would have noticed it.
I know this is
15 to or 20 to 15.
22.
I think I'll keep it. 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
God, y'all suck.
8.
Me and Violet's the one to get attacked. We both rolled 8.
Who's got higher dex, Violet or
I think mine's 14.
I'm going to need this. 'cause
you know what? When we roll same initiative, I'm gonna let you all decide who goes first in those ones.
Well, mine's 14.
I say Violet goes first because she knows what's going on.
17 dex? Yeah. Thanks.
That's just what they're over here.
Well, in my mind, I would need to be good at aiming stuff.
He's gonna take 3 more attacks at you, Violet. Do you still have warding flare up?
It's only one time.
One time. Okay. First attack misses.
I'm assuming I don't
Second attack's a dirty 20.
have a reaction again.
You'll get it back at the beginning of your turn.
Right, yeah. So I couldn't use it anyway because it takes reaction.
Dirty 20.
That is.
Get some music. Some good fighting music.
Oh yeah.
You got any
This dude's banging hammers.
pirates in the Caribbean?
He's on the
music?
dog. That is
Yeah, that's what we do. Pull up the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack.
9 points of piercing damage,
Disney,
don't
and then a 19 to hit,
That's my armor class.
and 8 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
You're down.
He's got 6 attacks in a row.
He did 25 points of damage.
And I'm just like, oh shit. Does it know I'm a good bad guy? It.
It's gonna click. Roll a deception check. That's a nice outfit. I'm not fooled.
Well, I think I just got it today.
Cable. Yeah. You would have, at this point, heard a body fall, because, it's not like it's storming outside or anything.
I jump
He
up
said
on
the
the
body fall and the body's at the floor. He said the body.
How much does that movement does it use?
To get up here, I would say it's going to take 10 feet, and then you're trying to get to the captain quarters.
Oh, I have no clue. I looked to see if I can. Do I see anything?
You see Newt going, ah! Hands up.
I would assume at some point you heard me scream.
Yeah, you heard pain from Violet.
So is this a note at the door, or is this the bad guy?
Newt. Bad guy's here. With Violet's
Okay.
unconscious
So
body.
they don't necessarily see me. Do they? I'm wait, no, I already used 10 foot, didn't
Mhm.
I? 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm a square off of the wall up there. Just going straight.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because
Yeah.
you have 40
I have
total,
40
right?
feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to dash?
Oh,
Okay.
they don't know I'm out there yet.
Okay.
I'm just kind of.
So you're good. That's your turn.
I'm playing it safe and cool.
Craeloth.
Okay, I'm gonna just come up the stairs.
Okay.
Okay, so last thing I knew about was sitting down casting magic, so I don't know if I know what's
Was that
going
in the
on
drawer?
or not.
Newt,
I don't know.
what was your reaction when Violet was attacked and fell? Like, what'd you do? Did you make? You were like, oh shit! What did you? What'd you
That
do?
was it. I think I said it too.
Okay,
I
so
could be wrong.
you would have heard that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, oh, okay. And then, so is like the door open?
Yeah, Newt's just in the way.
Okay. I'm gonna get as close as I can then so I can see what the hell's going on.
You got 30.
Yeah. Can I see in the room at all, or just Newt's in the way?
Newt's in the way, and you can only see like this section.
No. Okay, but can I see past Newt?
Yeah, you can see back here.
Okay. 15 feet from me, I'm gonna unleash an echo.
Okay, be right in front of Newt.
Yeah. And then, but I can't see through my echo's eyes yet, so it's just there because I can't see what the echo can see.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Violet, death save.
Oh, you're down, aren't you? I forgot about that.
16.
Success. Newt.
I'm gonna cast sleep on the thing.
Okay.
Second level.
Roll your dice.
7, 14, 21.
3 7s on 38.
26, 29.
It's my HP. Is that how that works? Doesn't affect it.
Son of a-
What did you just cast?
Sleep.
Make sure you track your spell slots.
At least that's a no. It's got more than 20. What's it?
21, 26, 29.
It's got more than 29 HP. We know that.
It is his turn. He's not familiar with this type of enemy before. He will take a strike at the Echo.
Okay.
13 to hit.
That's a miss.
He'll take a secondary strike. Lower.
Miss.
Miss. God. Can't even hit a spectral figure. God.
Sure did hit me.
I have a higher armor class than anybody at the table.
Seriously. You're the tank.
I'm suck. I gotta get the hell out of Dodge. That's what I should have done. I got all that tank.
Okay. Cable.
So, can the two guards that we walked?
Sorry, viewers, we are doing combat and not keeping you up.
I just think it was a 5d8.
Oh no!
Hey, it's
I
more.
forgot.
When you get like one of the football stadium cameras that goes back and forth.
Yeah. The PTZ.
The two guards they walked past. Are they going?
There's some downstairs. You don't know what they're doing currently. And then the other ones, they have like stepped onto the dock and they're not paying attention.
The only thing in there. Do I have to be able to see?
Sorry, Hunter. That sucks.
I'm working.
I rolled really good. I didn't hit much, but when the damage when I did hit, I rolled really good.
Hit 3 times.
I
How much
cast,
health? I'm up 3.
I cast fog cloud into the room.
Fog cloud.
In the XP share.
Where you want it centered.
I just where the whole room's in fog. I don't care about because it says
You
it
have to be able to see.
forms around doors and stuff.
So you would have. Alright,
Yeah.
so you would be able to see where you're going.
No, it don't. It didn't say anything about being able to see. It just says you create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range.
Cool. So you're just guessing like where the middle of the room is
Yeah.
and dropping it there. Gotcha. Okay. Right. Currently, everyone in there can't see.
I step into the fog cloud and over next to the doorway. No. Like still on the outside of the door. Like yeah,
Okay,
right
you're
there,
25.
like I'm doing this.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Is there like action? Can I like ready an attack or something? I don't know how that works.
But you use your action.
You use your action. Yeah, you can, what you call, hold your attack.
Okay.
As long as you have the action to do it. Craeloth.
Oh, I'm concentrating too.
I don't know why I thought it was that low. It was a guy taking on 4 stupid.
Alright, so it's foggy in there, it's all I know?
Yep.
Alright.
Wait, can't you see through your echo?
No.
What's the vision part of fog cloud?
I think it's just heavily obscured. Hold on.
So everything's just disadvantage.
Newt, what's happening?
The sphere spreads. Yeah, its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration
Killed
until a
Violet.
wind of moderate
Oh,
or
shit.
greater.
Okay. Move, Newt. I'm going to scoot past Newt.
Okay.
And then I'm going to start feeling around for Violet.
Roll me a d4 to see what you bump into.
A 1.
You bump into the enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck it. I guess it's
4.
I know it's not Violet. Violet? I'm not attacking. I don't know if that's Violet or not. So.
There's no answer.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
Violet, that's safe. Oof. Success.
Natty. Nat 20.
Newt. You can't see the enemy any longer.
Can I feel Craeloth?
Does it take an action to dispel a spell?
I touch Craeloth
You're
and enlarge.
No, you can end your
You can
spell.
drop the spell at any time, can't you?
Not at any time, but on your turn.
Craeloth,
Free
you're
action
big as
on your
shit
turn,
now.
So,
You're big as shit now.
Craeloth
shit.
enlarged.
Enlarged.
There we
Get in,
go.
Garther.
Like this.
You got an extra
Like
one
it,
before.
I like it, G. Does that mean your echo grows?
I guess if I dismiss it and bring it back, it probably would be.
We had this conversation last time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because your echo is based on when you cast it, I would say.
But I think I can dismiss it.
Where are you standing, guy?
In the door. He
That's
weaves
good.
Right
past,
there.
so I'm sure you can.
Room's getting crowded.
Except, well, I got probably pushed back out the door now because he's bigger
How
than
do my
me.
spells work? Because I don't think I have spell slots.
You don't use it like once.
Did it push her?
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
because
sure
it's
people got pushed.
character.
Yeah, it should say how many times.
How it grows what to?
Oh, that's
It grows
solid
up a
rock
size?
right there.
Yeah. From like medium to large.
If you go to
Yeah,
find your features,
You would have bumped something on the ground when you grew.
Okay.
Yeah, I used it.
So I know it hit something on the ground.
that's the one. We'll use it to blow the fog out.
No, I'm going to drop, because they're both concentration. But I'm going to drop it and use it to roll that dude against the wall.
Also-
Now, depending on what he does.
Roll 10 dice and see how many dollars.
Suffer 2 points of bludgeon damage as you into the top of the captain's quarters.
Oh shit. My B. My B.
Does that increase your strength or anything?
Gives me an extra D4 on my damage.
And you have advantage on strength checks.
That's good. That's good to know. I've already
Is it
made
my
up.
turn?
You can ask Hunter. I made up my
Whose
mind
turn?
what I was doing just a second ago. Oh,
It is. Are you done, Newt?
Yeah, I can't do that.
It is his turn.
he can't see. Somebody just bumped into him. He knows the echo's standing in front of him. Just to remind you where his headspace is
I'm
at.
trying to think. What would he do? He doesn't like it that he can't see. Wait a minute. He can see.
Sorry, guys. This was more from protection. That's why I asked earlier what the weather was like. This was more for protection of other people seeing us than
Yeah.
this fight. Because I'd rather fight this one dude than 50 guards that came up here.
It's a hard snake, and we're all floating around the dog.
Also, the name of the boat's not on the side anymore, except for Violet can see
Say
it.
it right there.
So they don't even know if this is that boat technically. So this could just be some dudes fighting.
Right now, I can't do shit.
So how can you see in fog? What's that ability called?
Blind sense,
True
Okay.
side.
tremor sense.
I mean, that's some.
Is it top from
The
Avatar?
You back up.
Oh no, I was legitimately asking because I didn't know if my dude would have it.
It's called DM sense. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't like when my enemy can't see, so actually you can.
No, I just forgot about something that he had.
I'm just kidding.
Forgot. I forgot I had Death Ward placed on my thumb.
It's like you're a little kid playing. I cast fireball. I have a fireball shield.
I know it sounds bad,
No, I
but
know.
I really had it.
I know. I'm just like giving you shit.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet, I resist cold.
He's gonna attack the echo again.
Yeah,
22 to hit the echo.
yeah. Echo's gone.
That's bad for him. Because when it comes back, it's like 16 feet tall.
He's gonna attack you, Craeloth.
I can't do that.
Miss on the
is
first
wait,
one.
Can he
Afraid to
see?
start slinging shit at me.
Okay, I was gonna say if he could.
Yeah, he can. I had forgotten about something that he has.
No, that's fine.
25 to hit.
Barely.
That half plate come in handy.
You suffer 7 points of piercing damage.
Can you fight in a fight and take something out and not kill it?
Yeah, you just want to do non-lethal damage.
I
Alright.
thought we might need to ask
Okay.
this shit some questions.
That's her. Okay, I step around the corner into the doorway behind him because, like I said, I've already decided what I'm going to do, and it's not changing. The fog cloud. It's not an action to disperse the fog cloud, correct?
No, it'd be a free action to drop it.
Okay, yeah. Fog cloud's one away.
Okay.
Mine, I need the. You can leave the concentration on.
now that you all can see him, he's wearing some sort of mask. You know, like the bubonic, the Black Plague, the doctors. It's got like the duck bill and the goggles on that. That's what it looks like.
Ooh.
I cast Gust of Wind.
Okay.
And it's a straight line, 60 feet in front of me.
Okay.
And so it's 60 feet from me, so it can go any direction, but I'm casting it at him in a straight line to knock, I guess, bash it against the wall and kind of pin him.
Is it what kind of saving throw?
Strength.
A line of wind, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide, flash from you in a direction you choose for spell duration. Each creature that starts its turn in
Am I
the
in his
line
way, or is he going around me?
must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in the direction following the line.
Am I in the way, or did you do it around me?
Any creature in the line is basically, if you're in it, it's difficult terrain.
You're in it.
Shit.
He's gonna blow you into the dude.
So it'd be strength saving throw.
Okay. When they start their turn.
At the start,
I'm
yeah, if
pretty
they
sure
start
I
their
can
turn
make the
there.
forms.
Okay.
Would he not have to do it from when I cast it too?
Just when he starts his turn there. It says,
Yeah, each creature in
Oh, it's good. It's alright. I got a -2 on strength saving throw.
the... Oh, that's good.
All
I
right.
don't know you.
Anything else?
That's in my actions, so no.
Craeloth.
Okay, now that I can see, I see Violet behind me. Oh shit! Pull out a potion of healing. Give it to her.
Do you want to use a bonus action to do that, or do you want to do it full action?
Full action.
You get all the benefits of a regular.
Regular potion healing. And then bonus action, you're gonna summon my echo in between me and him.
It's giant.
it's 2d4 plus 2,
Yes.
so 10.
It's giant too.
Yeah, well, this
His echo? Yeah, it's big.
So it gets extra equal that.
and that's it.
Okay. Violet. You're welcome to the fight.
Oh no, it didn't take my points.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you're down. Sorry.
Did he already blast?
When you start your turn there. As soon as it becomes your turn, you get blasted.
Are we
his
still
his
level
dex
3?
is higher than mine. We're on the same initiative.
Oh, well, yeah. Whoever wants to go first.
You go ahead.
Are we still level 3?
Yes.
So you're going. So I need to make a strength saving throw against his DC.
Which is 8, apparently.
4.
Don't get blasted. And what happens when he does that?
15 feet in that direction.
Hey, would that not be force damage on that dude?
So you hit that.
They were on different tracks. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. So if you're getting blasted through the echo, slammed into this wall. So we'll do.
Pleasure.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
You're about there.
It got him surrounded, though. And he can only, well, I assume he can only move 15 feet at a time to get out the door.
So I guess I will stand up. Can I see him from here?
Am I prone?
I
Yeah,
feel like there's a little bit of stuff. Okay.
there's a lot going on. But
If I can see him, I'm going to cast.
yes.
I don't. It says he's not prone. It says they're pushed 15 feet.
It just says push 15 feet.
But if you want to rule it where he hits something, he falls down. That's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
What am I concentrating on?
Haste or
no,
enlargement,
enlarge.
right?
Oh, yeah. That.
Yeah, roll a Constitution saving throw. Just enough. Unless you got negative
What is it?
Constitution save,
+3.
you're good.
I will just reach my hand out and shoot 3 rays of fire at him.
Okay.
Scorching ray. Cast. There we go. First one, 14.
14 misses.
17.
Hits.
22.
Hits.
This one? Oh, it's called reload.
On the last one, he's going to use Uncanny Dodge.
Okay. First one does 7 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Second one does 11 points of fire damage.
So 5. No, half. Yeah. That's the mini. Different campaign. That is the mini. This guy has his own name.
Well, I blame the sluice queen. She wanted to come on this damn boat, hasn't she?
It's Malpo.
Yeah, it's Scalpy.
Alright. So the Violet.
Yes.
Newton. Oh, you went. Oh no, we just believe in the wall. We didn't do anything right.
Oh, yeah. You can do the rest of your shit.
Yeah, your turn now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is there anything overfound laying around?
Roll a perception check.
You can just start keeping you some ball bearings or something.
So look for it and find it. It's going to take your action. And grab it. It's going to take your action.
Well, I don't need to grab it.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, I got you. To
I
look,
mean, if you want me to do
to look for it will be your bonus action. What was it?
Perception. 12.
Sure. What do you want it to be?
What would be?
A paperweight.
That'll work. I'm gonna sling that bitch at him.
Okay.
You see a small child in the corner. I sling that motherfucker.
8 points of damage.
Just roll a hit.
Oh, yeah, you gotta roll a hit me first.
Or is this deck save? I don't know how catapult works. Deck save.
Oh, okay. He's gonna.
Against what?
He has an ability of evasion, so he's gonna say
Would be your whatever spell
Easy,
save
it's
DC
nothing.
is.
roll a 17.
What number? Turn the brightness up.
Yeah, no, I thought you were
14.
yeah.
And he's got evasion, so he takes nothing.
Like a Dexter says, Scalpy.
It is his turn.
Too damn bad.
Better roll a strength save.
Yes, yeah, he does. Poorly. He gets blasted in here. He's gonna take some damage.
I mean, the save was supposed to be 8. Was it less than 8?
5.
Okay.
The save
I
is
mean, yeah, the save is
He only
8.
took 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Right? That's how that reads, right?
Yeah.
That's what we go by still.
The word says attack save.
Yeah.
Strength of 8.
Okay, he's going.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is just like a.
No, it's a second level spell.
Why is it so low there?
He's going to bonus
Whatever
action,
stat you have.
disengage.
Whenever it bases your attack save, your spell save.
5, 10, 15,
I'm going to say it's charisma.
25.
I basically make racks. It takes 2 foot of movement, by the way, to get
Yeah,
to the
it's
door.
rough terrain. Difficult terrain while
Okay.
it's in the wind.
Okay, so.
10.
Alright, so we're going to do. Okay, so 10 to move 1 square.
Yeah.
20, 30.
Yeah.
Bonus action dash.
Well, you didn't disengage, didn't you?
Well, I did, but now I can't.
Okay, well then I'm going to take attack opportunity.
Okay, with the echo.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't don't trip
Uh-huh.
Can't don't trip
You can't double trip flip them. Big gulps, huh? Oh, see you later.
Just say.
Damn, roll a 6.
Okay.
Come on. What's the plus?
It's not good enough to hit.
Yeah, that's probably not. Oh no. Where's my freaking stuff at? Sorry.
You good.
6 plus. That's a 10?
Miss.
Yeah, plus
And I attack too.
Yeah.
That don't sound right.
As I heard you say dash.
Oh wait, it's
Pull
a
his ass
12.
over the
It's
boat
a 12.
with
Miss.
40
40,
damage.
45,
That's
50, 56. Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
I've done damage.
Okay.
I laid his ass on fire.
And then shit.
How do I forgot how to do this.
Grab his ass, jump over the edge of the boat, and drown his ass.
16.
Yeah, just hits.
Oh shit. No. Ooh. I mean, I'd like to roll the D8 punch him, but. Can I do my flurry of blows and all that too? Oh, no.
Flurry of blows takes a bonus action.
This is
Oh yeah, this is just a reaction.
okay.
Sorry.
Oh, a solid 3 damage.
What?
Pat him on the ass. Wait behind.
See, buddy?
Good game.
See,
You actually
Maybe he's
scooted
under
me
20
5
on
more
HP
feet.
now.
All right.
Put him to sleep.
Cable, you're up.
Now go get it.
as a bonus action,
Sick.
I can.
Get boy.
Oh,
Get his ass.
yeah. So that gust of wind is still. I guess I just turn it off so they can get out of the tent room.
Thanks,
Turn it
Gary.
I mean, it's a good thought. You know.
It's
Well, it only-
slowing down a little bit.
So
Yeah, because I've been gone.
5, 10, 15. I'm running up behind him to grapple.
Okay.
I grab him. I just.
All right.
Well,
Strength contest.
Okay. So I just roll or
Yeah, athletics.
athletics. What are we going off of here?
Athletic. Well, he can roll however he wants.
Yeah. Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletic. Yours is athletics. Mine's athletics or acrobatics, right? That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
10.
19.
I was hoping he would grab me and it'd be like that old boot.
He's slippery.
Where they like dig a little bit.
So does that count as my action? Okay. Well, I get. Where's the exit to the thing?
Right, yeah.
What's here?
I got like
Here's
a little
your-
wooden thing.
Oh, I was just saying, here can be your dock so we can keep on with that. So I've used 15 of my thing, right?
Yeah.
I'd go to stand in front of the thing.
Stand in front.
Yeah. 20, 25, 30, yeah. Okay.
So you move 15, 20, 25, 30.
I've got 40 feet.
35,
I'm standing right in front of the exit.
40. Okay.
It's got to go through me.
Okay.
And God help him if he swims.
He's a kitty cat. He ain't getting in that water.
Mouth home.
Malpo ain't doing it.
Somebody else, I'm done.
Craeloth.
Okay. Let's see. I'm getting rid of the echoes, free action. Stomping my big ass out here. 5, 10,
But
15.
you're big, so does
Yeah.
it count differently?
Do I get more movement?
That's still 5 feet.
20, 25, 30. Use a bonus
That's a
action
good question, though.
to summon the echo.
You wouldn't be
right
able to
from-
fit out the door.
Okay. That's fine. So,
So,
where was I at?
well, you'll be able to fit out the door. Well, it's just going to take 10 feet of movement because you're going to like crouch down and crawl out.
That's fine. Okay, so I'll be right here. Summon the echo right in front of him with bonus action.
Okay.
I'm attacking.
Grapple!
How far can you summon the echo? 30 feet?
I can summon at 15 and it can move.
Oh,
10. Gotcha.
no, grab him.
I can't get close to him.
I'm yelling, can your echo not grab him? Then how can he hit him? I'm
No.
so confused on the rules of this
It's
echo.
magic,
now.
baby.
If I would have been able to get close enough, I was going to grab him, but I can't. So now I'm not attacking.
'Cause
And if I-
me and him were going into the drink.
I didn't think that this was going to. You know, I normally always prepare a whole person. And then today, I'm like, man, we're going to have a drinking contest.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
I brought like protection from poison and stuff like that.
You have the dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
Okay.
Don't forget there's some shit in that drawer.
I'm sure we'll get there.
That's a 10. Plus 4, 14.
I just want to say, I didn't even try and break the door open. I just put the
And
crowbar
then
in there.
I'm going to leave incarnation, so my echo's going to attack.
Okay.
First of all, for a second I thought you cracked it.
That's natural
You
18.
it out. I'm like,
Hits.
I thought it was going to be a mimic
That's
to this.
And that's a 3. That's 7 slashing from my echo.
Okay.
I'm an action surge.
I seen
Okay.
a black figure be a slag.
5, 10, 15. I'm
Do you
gonna
get movement with an action surge or just an
It's a
action?
whole new turn.
No,
Everything.
no.
I think it's
get
just an
another
action.
Action surge isn't. Oh shit!
No.
I thought it was a whole new turn.
Dumbass.
No, it's just that you get another action.
I'm not sure. Let's
Yeah,
double
action
check it.
surge, action.
That does make sense, but I was assuming it was like a whole new turn.
Sorry.
Because I
You
thought
just
it gave
get-
you a bonus action too.
Sorry.
That's why I just assumed it was.
If that came off as
No,
hostile,
I appreciate it.
then it
I don't need
should've
to move.
You
I
got
just-
some glitter right here.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
should be able to. You got 15 foot, right?
That's from
Well,
work. That's from
yeah,
work
I can
last
still
You
night.
can attack, but you can't
Yeah,
grapple.
that's
I gotcha.
I just was gonna attempt to grapple because I thought it gave me a whole turn, but I'll
On your turn, you can take an additional action.
gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna attack again. It doesn't turn again.
I can't even say it.
9 plus 6, 15.
Just misses.
No.
He's like,
I'm gonna unleash incarnation again. Natural 15 plus 6. 21.
hits.
That's 11 slash.
And he's dead. You just cut off his head.
I mean, he's hurt in a little bit, but he's not.
We're
It's not
fighting a
bloody,
level
nothing.
15 character, right?
Okay, and that's it.
Okay,
That's about dexterous.
It's
Violet.
one of their turns, yeah.
I guess I'll move to the doorway. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll just kind of see him from right here. Don't need to move out more.
No, you see.
Okay, I'll cast Guiding Bolt.
He just hits.
Oh, I hit it wrong. No, hold on.
He
I'll
will
fix
use
it.
uncanny dodge on this. If it hits.
No, he won't. He slipped in a puddle of water. Cause when he tried.
That's what gave him that many dodge. He slipped and missed his attack miss because he's
26 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah.
What does uncanny dodge do?
Half the damage. $10 points of radiant damage.
Does that already have?
No. Okay. No.
Let's say, God, no.
Next attack on him has advantage.
You done, Violet?
Yeah.
Newt?
Can I get up to where I can see him?
Yeah, you can just move around Violet.
Is he looking?
I mean, he's got some scratches and burn marks, but he's not like on death's door or anything.
I'm yelling, get him in the water. Get him in the water! Get him in the
I
water!
can't do much else. Try
How
to do
does,
it.
so are we going Aquaman rules for my superpower in the water to talk to the fish, or? Yeah, like I said, that's essentially what I'm asking. Because I can only give simple commands. Right
I didn't have my D4 damage to all my attacks.
Too
Can I
late.
roll that?
Nope.
Hit 3 times. That's 3, 3, 2. That's another 8 damage. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, I forgot.
I'm gonna cast sleep again.
Okay.
I didn't prepare much for a big fight either.
5d8.
Well then, last time I should have rolled 7d8. Oh well.
She cast it at level 2. Wouldn't
Yeah.
matter anyway. Even if you got 16.
Yeah,
That's
they,
what it
they
was.
dodged
Wouldn't
him at
matter.
dexterity saving throw evasion.
Oh, that's true. He did not do
No sleep.
it. I
He's
Sleep.
talking about catapult.
Oh, no.
On your last sleep, you should have rolled more? Or on your last catapult? Oh.
Still wouldn't matter though. He had more than 16 points on top of what you had.
45. We've done damage now.
Yeah. That's 20.
26.
Whoa. Didn't affect him. Close.
Did you cast it at second level last time?
Yeah.
Alright.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Since I cast it at second level but didn't use second level, can I get a second level back and just swap it since I used it as first?
No.
The one and only time.
Oh.
When you cast your spell, so you call out the spell, then it's up to you all to roll the dice. If you don't roll the dice, it's not my fault.
Alright.
I'm blaming it on you, though.
if you forget to add your extra bonuses, it's not my fault. I'm not keeping track of that. That's you guys.
Nope.
Alright.
You're the DM.
I'm putting it down on you. If you don't roll the dice, that's on you guys. Alright. I got enough shit over here going on.
Make it black.
The
I'm about to add.
yeah, it should have a settings in there where you can change it to dark mode. even on your phone.
Time's fine.
Okay. Shit's bad for this guy. He yells out his free action, "Take care of these dimwits!"
What happened to our friends that were... I'm running. Just by the way, I'm diving in the water.
I'd
There's
expect
no
nothing
way in
less.
hell.
You also hear some stirring coming from
Am I
beneath
still
the deck.
a guard looking?
Probably.
I should have saved
No,
that gust of
no.
wind. Look
No,
at that
you're
line
concentrating on something
of,
else.
look at that line of fools right there. I should have saved that gust of wind.
The roguish entity
Roguish head.
drops a vial full of this silverly liquid. It explodes.
How much explosion damage did you
You
take?
can't cause a fire on a ship.
You can't double stamp a triple stamp, Lloyd.
I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw
How the tables turn.
Even me.
That's an awful long range.
within 30 feet.
I ain't 30 feet from him.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Suck it.
He's at an angle.
No. No.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, Mike. Never rolled 5 this fight.
15.
Fail.
16.
Fail.
22.
Pass.
4.
Fail. All of you all that fail take 6 points of poison damage.
Shit, I'm gonna die.
1, 2, 3.
This area.
Is it half if you succeed?
5.
Or is it no if you succeed? This is important if my echo's still standing.
If you succeed, it is. No, you take no damage if you succeed.
Echo's gone.
That goes. Good. I don't have a.
Does all his people need to make Constitution saving throws?
Yes, they do. Where's the?
How many guards are about to come up on this boat? 80?
What you searching for?
30-foot radius,
It's Fireball. Fireball's 40, ain't it?
20-foot radius. Fireball is a 20-foot radius.
Why is this back us? I thought we had
This
some
one
reason.
is
Zero.
30-foot line. Okay, so all of them but the last guy. Also, it's heavily obscured.
Damn it, Cable, not the fog again.
Question. And not to go against this whole battle, just out of curiosity. If the guardsmen thought we had permission, why didn't
Huh?
If the guardsmen thought we had permission to be here, why didn't this guy?
Because he saw you trying to pry open a desk.
I didn't try yet.
Took a crowbar out.
So,
No,
I didn't know
no.
that.
I'm on Evan's side this time.
Yeah.
You literally said I hadn't done anything yet. The pry bar
You tried
was
to
in
open
the
the
drawer.
desk.
The pry bar was in the drawer. So technically,
I mean,
The
technically.
intent was there plainly.
you cannot make the argument that you just pulled a crowbar out.
Article
That's all I'm
17,
saying.
Section 4
You
says
just
that when you pull
said.
out crowbar,
I mean, I'm just saying. A 24
Actually, according to
investigation check
Player's
didn't find
Handbook,
this guy.
page 302, Section B, subsection C, if you pull out a crowbar, your intent is
Travis, that's called raw rules as written.
yeah. It's called raw. How we're getting it in this fight.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to try to convince these guys in front of me that I'm here to fight with them. No, I was in front of you. I'm new. I ran up here with you guys.
Alright.
There are 4 people.
You all
behind
lose
me.
track of the stealthy entity.
Question.
Yes.
I hit him with guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Is he still glowing?
Oh.
Yeah, probably. But how's that going to work with heavily obscureness?
I don't know. You're GM.
What did we do with fairy fire when it was in the fog?
I guess it just cancels it
Yeah.
out so you can see him. But it wouldn't be advantage.
It has mystical dim light glittering on the target.
Like with the dim light cut through it, so it's like, so it's not disadvantage.
Mystical
it's
dim
not
light?
It
advantage.
says, thanks to the mystical dim light.
So what's the radius of dim light? How far can you see with dim light?
How does that stack with dark vision? Because you can see up to 60 feet.
Yeah, who has dark vision?
Me.
I do.
I'm assuming everybody does because it seems like it's
He's a
just.
human, he don't.
I assume it's just tacked on to every race.
Pretty much, if they're humans.
Dim light.
Turbolts don't have it.
Good thing I'm verbal.
I'm just saying.
Just for ball gear.
Does anybody have persuasion? Because we need to convince them.
Well, they can't see us. So we can just jump in the water.
That's true.
I need to know if I can see Dickie over there. I'll have you all know my son woke me up at like 7:20 this morning, trying to open the bedroom door, going, Dad, Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad,
Heavily
Mom.
obscured area makes the creature where it suffers the blinded condition. So unless you succeed at your
The
challenge,
presence of light in an environment creates. Maybe those are two separate.
this would be
paragraphs.
magical darkness too. But it would also be magical.
It's
Fast.
mystical light. It says mystical dim light.
Why can't y'all just attack with a halberd like me and make it simple?
Or throw a book.
Dim light, also called shadows, creates a lightly obscured area. An area of dim light is usually a boundary between a source of bright light through the torch and surrounding darkness. The soft light of twilight and dawn also count as dim light. A particularly brilliant full moon might bathe the land in dim light.
Jury's verdict.
I'm gonna roll a d20. Odd numbers you can see, even numbers you can't.
It's a 4. I don't remember what you said.
You
But it's a
can't
4.
see them. We left it up to the dice. We don't know what else to do.
I swear to God, you said odd numbers you can't see, even numbers you can't. I swear to God, that's what you said.
Did you win? Tails
Would that not be the best DM? Y'all caught that, right? Alright, anyway. Okay. These bandits rolled terrible initiative. Cable, you're up.
So we can't see. Is that what we determined?
Yeah, you can't see in that area.
Finally, he might let go while we have a chance of getting that damn desk.
No, I'm leaving.
Wait, I'm reading right here. It says all light sources from magical spells and effects can illuminate a darkness.
So you could
I
see.
don't care. I just. It doesn't. I mean,
Magical
It's
item.
magic against magic, though. I don't know how to.
Well, their
a
question,
vial magical.
their question was the flame tongue sword. Was the way the darkness spell was written. This non-magical light can't illuminate it, but if there is magical light, it just dispels the spell.
So you're going to dispel the spell by creating light.
Of course, if light created by magical items can pierce, if not dispel magical darkness, we would need to calculate their level based on rarity, which to my knowledge is not present.
One of those spells of darkness.
According to this, any magical spell that creates light.
It's a third.
God, he wants parcel spells. So. We can't see him. He's gone.
Oh no, that's fine. I was just reading
What are we going to do?
future reference. So to my knowledge, he's still standing there writing. Well, heck,
I mean, you probably heard people run up behind you,
right.
but then you went blind.
So I turn and reach out to grab this guy next to me. And as I'm grabbing, this is all one smooth action. As I'm grabbing, I'm falling in the water. So whether I take him with me or not, I'm going into the water.
As you grab him and you all start, he's like, "Where's the enemy? Where's the enemy?" Then you all.
Oh, so I grab him?
Yeah. He doesn't resist. He thinks you're on the same team.
That's good. Sorry, I'm new. I'm scared.
So you all.
How far down is the
Craeloth.
water? Are we still? We're not done. I still got a little bit. All I did was fall over.
How far down the water are you?
Yeah, how far down?
I mean, probably just like went down what 10 feet.
No, I'm talking from the boat. Like,
Oh,
is
it
the
was about-
darkness thing? Are we still in the dark?
No, you're out of the.
So he could see me at this point.
Yeah.
Right? So I swim.
When the thing attacked you, did you drop a crowbar?
What are you trying? Is your weapon going to be a crowbar now?
You don't throw my crowbar.
I'm
I'm not trying to attack nobody.
No, crowbars. I actually got my crowbar.
I swim to whatever that bottom part, where I was asleep down there, and I just start yelling. In my head, I start sending out the signal, just come, all the sea creatures that I can get.
Like which version of come?
However they want to.
No, I wouldn't have expected that from you, Evan.
I gotta get one every once in a while.
I want to see. No. CUM. I want to see the role play you have.
A big whale rolls up.
Oh, it's a sperm whale.
No, but I'm
Talk about
saying,
fog clouds.
Any sea creature that can hear it.
We're in a sticky situation, boys.
Got it. It's not gonna happen instant, but
No, we're fine, and we're down and under like the middle of the boat.
okay. I'm just gonna put you like here so I kind of know.
Because I'm assuming
You're just grabbing him.
Yeah, I've just got a hold of him.
He's at this time he's trusting you because he thinks you're part of his.
Well, I'm assuming
group.
we would be face to face because I turned around, and I'm assuming once we left that
He's
darkness
probably
spell. I'm assuming once we left that darkness spell, he realized he wouldn't be. That's why I went to the bottom of the boat because I assume he's going to start fighting back when it's his turn.
Okay.
Dude's like, can't breathe, and you're just like Jack Nicholson.
Craeloth.
Violet, Newt, are we jumping?
I'm jumping.
Okay, I'm gonna get like.
They don't even know they're there, do they? At best, they would see me.
All they heard was kill these winds, and the guy
say,
gave no more indication.
I was going to say at best they could see me because they started running.
They can't see out.
Well, I'm just saying what they started running. If it's all supposed to be happening at the same time, I was standing right there at the gate.
Did you say there was a big window on the captain's quarters, like out the back of the ship? Okay.
Did I see anything when I jumped into the water?
It's broken already too.
Oh, it's already broke.
Well, it's cracked.
Did I see anything when I jumped into the water?
Is there like doors out to a balcony, or is it just window?
It's just like
ocean?
that. You know, like that Black Pearl in Pirates of the Caribbean. It's got like that back stained glass kind of thing. It's just ocean.
Okay.
It's kind of like the captain's quarters. The back of the boat's here, and the captain's quarters kind of juts out over the back. It kind of hangs off freely.
Yeah.
How far?
What were you looking for? What do you mean?
Just like I would have my eyes open to see what I can see.
Well, I mean, you saw the side of a black boat and the side of a cobblestone dock, and the guy you were looking at.
So Dick Hole didn't jump in the water.
Not on this side.
How far is it from the boat deck to the water I jumped in?
20 feet.
It's a 20 feet drop.
Okay.
From the lower deck, or from where you are. If you
Okay.
jump up from here, where the hound's at, it's going to be.
I'm gonna summon my echo right there, and then I'm gonna jump off.
Right where you are,
Mhm.
and jump off this way.
That you're going to smell awful.
Yeah, wet dog.
You're swimming. Okay, Violet.
I don't know what we look like.
If you take 5 feet back, you can see what's going on in that room, if that matters.
How far is it to the desk?
The desk would be here.
Well, that's where I was at when I died, so I guess.
I like to imagine the crowbar is still sticking.
It is. It's still just cheap.
Oh,
Do
I'm gonna
it.
go over there and try and break in the desk.
Strength check with advantage. So
So
it's using the crowbar.
I think I have any bonuses in strength. Alright, fellas. Bonus action. Can I use a bonus action? I'm gonna use healing word on myself. Just in case. I get 8 health back.
How does drowning work?
Constitution modifiers, how many minutes they can hold their breath, and then after that, they start taking suffocation damage.
14.
It opens.
It opens.
Which drawer did you? I
The
need
one
to
that had the magical thing in it.
Okay. You find a poorly kept loose page collection of maps that are barely bound by a piece of wood. There are several pieces of parchment that are jagged and they're jutting out in several different places. But however, it has a magical aura. Because your thing's probably still up, really, because combat don't take long.
So yeah, but I went unconscious.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know.
Well, I knew it was magical. That's
Right.
what I was trying to get at in the first place. Whatever I find in there, I'm just going to throw it in the bag of holding.
Okay. So you got it.
Yeah. And then, how much movement was that?
10, and then your action. So
And I used bonus action.
there's
So,
2 more drawers. On the
2
desk.
more drawers. There wasn't anything magical.
No, there was 2 more drawers that are locked.
I'm not gonna move away from it. I'm gonna stay right there.
Bonus. Okay, yeah.
So I use action to break the door open, bonus action heal myself.
Where these 2 are
And half of
smaller
my movement.
drawers. Next turn, I'll just go ahead so you can do some planning. If you're wanting to try and get both drawers, you can use one bonus action do one and an action do the other, and then you would have your movement. Newt.
You said there's a crack in the window already?
Yes.
Does it look like I could just run through the window?
Roll an intelligence check.
17.
Yeah, you think you could bust through that?
You just by running through it wouldn't have
Yeah.
to hit it around.
Yep.
I'm gonna run back in the direction of Isla.
Okay.
Where I see what's going on.
15.
And do I see you're trying to get in these other drawers?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
See me
I mean, she's
first
trying
one
to
open.
Do I see that paperweight heavy thing that's sitting there?
Mhm.
Does it got at least another throw?
Yeah.
I want to sling it at the drawer just to try to bust the drawer open.
Okay. Use catapult.
We're running out of time. I gotta use something to hit.
It's a deck save
yeah,
for the
dex
drawer.
The drawer's got a +5 to dex save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not moving, so it's gonna be an auto hit.
Roll the dice. Roll the dice. There you go. 13 man.
You bust the top drawer open.
Anything in it?
Yes. In. Within this top drawer of the desk, you find a journal and several documents that have been scribbled over. They have units, changed, and falsified ledgers, so you suspect. A particular document catches the eye of. Oh, this is the one that you already found. Sorry, because it was on top of this.
Want the blood on it.
But you also find where will I put it? You find a shell.
Shell?
It's a small tubule-style piece of coral that has engravements all along the outside. It is definitely a piece of a communication device designed by the Sahuagins. Roll an intelligence check.
Can you answer for that? 24.
You would guess if some sort of ink is applied to the coral and then rolled against some sort of contrasting surface,
Intelligence?
The
that 22
message-
intelligence, that plus it.
on the communication device will be.
He said intelligence check, not investigation.
Oh, you said check.
Nah, it don't matter. I don't know.
Sorry.
You good.
Still a
I
22.
didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was.
Still, you're over 20.
What'd you say?
It is definitely a piece of communication device designed by the Sahuagins. It's some sort of ink is applied to the coral, which is then rolled against some sort of contrasting surface. The message will be there.
I got a thing on national treasure.
With the lemons.
Very, very similar.
Well, it's still a decoration.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. I have to get in.
So there's one more door. Whose turn it is?
going to say we're out of initiative because those guys aren't trying to attack. They're just trying to figure out what's going on.
And they can't see.
And they can't see anyway.
Alright, well, Craeloth's gonna look around and see that nobody fucking followed him after he asked. He's like, son of a bitch. He's gonna bonus action teleport transfer with his echo. And then he's gonna run into the captain's cabin. What the fuck?
We're going to crawl.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you drop the bars.
What the fuck? Almost just a big ass splash.
Did you not jump in?
Yeah, but then I teleported back because nobody followed me. That's all. I left my echo because I knew y'all were gonna follow me.
I mean, I was gonna go. It just about took me 12 more seconds.
What are you guys doing?
Craeloth, come here, bust this second
Okay,
door
well, at
open.
this point, the dude's drowning. You just going to hold him?
Oh, man.
He's going to try to break free then.
Street fight.
I'm gonna bust this door open.
You use my crowbar.
Oh, thank you.
My crowbar.
Nah.
It's Grover the
Roll a
Grover.
natural 20.
Oh, damn.
So he pushes you and then he starts trying to swim away. And we'll get back to that. So.
Using crowbar, Grover the crowbar.
Kroger.
Kroger. I'm gonna bust open their door.
Advantage.
Strength check with advantage, Craeloth.
Not good.
There you go.
That's better. That's a 21.
There's a single letter.
I also want to use Cure Wounds on myself.
That letter, A.
We only need 25 more and we've got the alphabet.
A.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll let you know. My fish showing up yet? Do I need to roll something to see what kind of fish came?
Yeah, because I forgot. So they've rolled a D100.
Okay. That's this one with the 60, 70.
As we're standing here, I want to be like,
We gotta roll a D10 with it.
hey, Violet, where'd you put them nails?
Back
I
home.
take out my spell book and dump in there because we're about to jump in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, I give him spellbook. I mean this letter to put in the bag of holding. So
Okay.
After you read it.
No, I'll read it later.
He's a speed reader, man.
What's this one?
11. This is the 10th place, and that's your 4th place.
11. Roll me a D8. Roll me a D4.
You skipped the D6.
3.
So 8 barracudas
Shit.
appear along with 3 sharks.
Damn.
Okay.
And they're
Bunch of.
waiting on your order.
I just yell. I'm
He's swimming away, so he's like,
That's down, boy.
I tell the barracudas attack. And
they just begin to shred.
Barracuda.
and I tell the sharks to search.
Ooh, okay. They all three go different directions.
Because I assume, is that cat bleeding? I assume he's bleeding.
Yeah, he's probably bleeding.
Yeah.
He's at least got some
There
burns.
you
and-
go. That was using no noodle there. Noodle there.
Alright.
We done?
Well, I tell them
What
search.
PB&J are?
Search.
Everything's
crab.
in. Everything we
Search
found, we
crab.
put it in the bag, the holding,
And my
Fuck out of here.
and then I'm gonna turn and just shield out.
As you are about to make your jump, the voice pushes in your head.
Search crab. Search crab. You're jumping in the shark.
And it is the golden one. Don't leave that magic in the bottom.
Of the boat? What was that magic? You said it at some point.
It's down in the bottom of the boat.
Throw shit down there. I didn't know it
Yeah, you took one step
Just
down
fine.
there.
You're the only one that heard it.
was. I'm taking the end of my halberd, busting out the back of the glass. Let's go!
Shit.
Let's
It's
go!
your God, isn't it? Don't you have to listen?
Don't you have to listen?
I feel like it's something you have to do.
I mean,
Violet, why are you hesitating?
I'm gonna turn around to run back.
Violet, there's dudes that way.
Don't say a word, you just go.
Fuck.
Oh,
Right,
hell.
making your way to the bar.
You're
What
still
do you guys
in.
do?
They still
Stomping
can't
my
see.
big ass after
I
her.
know.
You're going after her?
Yeah.
Damn it! Not again!
The whole ship's just
What are
doing
you
this with him
I
running.
said, I'm just like,
How
I
long
can't
does
swim
enlarge?
anyway.
How long does enlarge last? It's probably over.
Yeah, I think it's a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm out of spells too, so I'm defenseless as shit.
Oh shoot, there's people down here.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, there's people in the bottom, aren't there?
There is. So you get down there.
Mm-hmm.
What's your passive perception?
16.
Just roll me a perception check.
12.
12. Okay.
Are we done?
You kind of scan the area. And that group you don't see. They must be somewhere not in your direct immediate vision. And where that
We're down here now.
where that magical
Oh, I thought we were in combat scene.
No.
where that magical essence was from, there's a crate. It's pretty big and heavy. You kind of scan, you don't see anything around.
Craeloth, come here.
I'm lumbering behind her.
Don't forget about me and my
Wet
shark.
as shit.
Can we? Can I try and see if it's trapped?
Yeah, look for traps and
Also,
investigation check.
did this cat die? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till I'm really close to Manola, then I'm gonna shake like a dog.
I'm gonna guide myself.
Okay.
Not bad. 15.
Doesn't appear trapped.
Can it just be opened, or is it like sealed?
Looks like it's sealed. Not magically or anything, but just
Come here. Use that crowbar in this box.
strength check with advantage.
I'm good. That's a 17.
It opens the lid. Bows up. Inside.
That's the purple back to me. Dang it.
In the crate that housed a deep magical essence, you see a broken helmet. The helmet is of golden color, with the looks of an old, broken, Spartan-styled helmet. The narrow eye slits join at the point of the nose and progress onward down to well past the chin. There are shiny bits of the helmet that shine through, but it is mostly scuffed and damaged. The left side of the helmet is broken about halfway up, as well as the fabricated mohawk is missing.
Remember what kind of?
Newt, roll a history check with advantage. Because you're down there too, right?
Roll the same thing.
14.
You recognize this as the helmet of King Abraham, the first
First what?
Atheling.
Atheist, the first atheist king. This is where we get to the interesting stuff for you to religion and politics.
Cut it, please.
Alright, do you say this out loud?
Yeah.
You know that this set was created by three gods together: Bahamut, Moradin, and Craeloth. You also know that within this set, there's a golden sword enhanced with extreme magical abilities. You know this set of armor is a vestige, and in the past was used to qualm the devils that may arise, as that's what's inscribed across its chest in Celestial.
I'll be getting these shit out of me.
So is it? It's just the helmet.
Just a broken
Do I know what
helmet.
the helmet's special properties are? Like what it does?
You can add King Abraham's helmet to your inventory. It's in D&D Beyond. The abilities and stuff listed there do not come into effect until all of the set is complete and repaired.
I'm gonna put it
Find
in the
somebody
bag
we
of
trust
holes.
to repair it.
Also within this crate, you find several incriminating documents and ledgers about how Borg has been paying the Sahuagins with trade goods to attack the harbors and beaches of Mapledock in search of luring out the executor of the city sultans.
This is all well and good. But what are we going to do with incriminating evidence if the Sultan thinks it's gone? We're going to give it to him.
Well, find a way to get in touch with Nico. He was investigating all this. You know who Nico is?
In the back of your head, Violet, you hear, "Good, my child."
Alright, getting off the boat. Go now.
For real this time?
For real this time.
Okay.
And then, as you're walking, he's like talking to you while this is going on. He says, "Talk to me soon. We have much to discuss." Alright.
My sharks are still on the hook down here.
Yeah, I'm rolling. What do you guys do?
Can we get off the boat? Is it
Just so you
dark
know.
outside?
Is it helmet?
I think it's Helm. King Abraham's Helm.
I've been atheist.
Like how hairy is it to get off this boat or to just jump off the side or something we're not seeing? Is that darkness still there?
No, it's faded at this
To
point.
make this actually makes sense from what I even said it. I can't swim.
Oh. Well, time to learn.
It's like Christmas vacation card. I can't swim.
So, what are you guys doing?
Are these dudes still there?
Roll me a d4 of trust. No, they're
Hey,
going.
while we're down here,
3.
3,
for the
it is
fact,
approaching noon.
while we're down here, can I look around and investigate down here at the bottom and see if I see anything, tracks of the Sultanex that was drugged on the boat?
Yep, investigation check. You find that, Hunter? It's got a lot. It's a lot on there.
I didn't read all of it.
12.
You don't really see any signs of a
How do you
struggle.
attune 5 pieces?
No, it should be one
Oh.
when you get it. I just had to make that initial piece. You'll attune to the set.
Gotcha.
How clear is the coast to get off this boat?
Roll a perception check.
That's my perception. 14.
It doesn't seem like it's gonna be ridiculously hard. It seems that everybody's kind of on edge. A lot of people are like looking that way.
I'm
But
just
they're
trying
not
to, like
like-
match their energy. Like,
Wait a second. How does
Okay.
passive stuff work?
Like your passive investigation and stuff. If you're not actively looking for it and you just go by it, if it's something to be found, I'll tell you. If your passive is higher.
Well, I have 16, so just put that out there in case we have it.
Yeah, I have everybody's passives over here. Sometimes I'll ask just to make sure that what numbers I have is right. But
once we're away from everything, I'll be like, alright, we got all the evidence, we got all the documents.
We also need to go find where they had the what's his name's clothes.
Yeah, that's what I was behind the next step. Go behind the warehouse, find out, check that whole scene out. Maybe you can investigate new. See what you find.
Should do my best.
Okay, so are we still in the water?
you're on the bottom of the boat.
No, I said I'd run out.
Oh,
With them?
he was going on the dock, right?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna.
He was matching energy with everyone else. He's in the water.
I thought they were with.
Well, I was following them off the boat. I said I was going to go off
Okay,
the
so
boat.
you all are just like walking back off the dock, going, and everybody else is just kind of like,
Yeah, we're like.
What? Do we see any distraction from the people?
you notice that there's a lot less dock workers about than there were.
Behind the warehouse.
It's like a cough drop. So, do we want to go? I guess we got to go investigate that.
Yeah, we still need to find. And we didn't see any leads on the Sultan next while we were in there. He was never there.
Well, maybe we just got to read all that stuff.
Maybe.
I'm gonna use my pearl power to regain a second on spell slot.
Can we regroup with Cable? Where'd he go?
I'm sure he's in the water.
I'll just stick my finger in the
I'm
water.
waiting on
Poke it.
DM over there to tell me if I.
One shark returns, and he says, I don't find anything.
Okay.
The other two haven't returned.
I don't want to go without Cable, but I don't know where he's at.
I'll use the Sydney prison.
Hey, Violet. Violet, you said you could track blood, right?
Yes.
You said the guy was bleeding, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Can you track him?
I have to have his blood.
Well, I'm sure his blood splattered on the shit.
I don't really want to go digging around.
I'm working on that. Jeremy, what's your guy's name?
I'll use the Sydney prison and I'll send him a message say, meet us behind the warehouse.
Say I'll be there soon.
Some more time passes. Neither of the other sharks return.
Okay.
You all get to behind the warehouse.
I
The
go
dock.
ahead and go back to the warehouse then.
Okay. The dock workers, are very sparse now, and everybody seems kind of. Then the guy that you talked to on the Alfie's thing, he comes up. He's like, "Did you see it? Did you see it?"
No, but it seemed to have worked.
Good job.
Paid a girl to run naked through the docks. Got the attention of most.
That's really smart. Good job.
Yeah, I would have.
I paid a. Anyway.
She was a bugbear.
You would have liked her, Craeloth, I promise.
Oh, yeah.
How much did you pay her?
20 gold.
I had 20 gold.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. What else can we do to help?
Have you seen the Sultaness, by chance?
The High Executor Sultanix down here? No, heavens no.
Evans,
Intrigue.
Can I insight check?
Very
Yeah,
intrigued.
it's not sure.
Hard to read. Well, it's a 10. Hard to read.
I have
You don't
word.
really know him enough to know his expressions.
We have word that he was drug up on the boat and apparently lost some clothes in the warehouse.
He's like, "Hey, Jariel." And another guy comes lumbering over, kind of big guy. He's like, "What was that mess of clothes? What did you say you found back behind the warehouse?" He's like, "Oh, a couple nights ago, we found some really pretty clothes. We figured a young chap was getting lucky or something behind the warehouse. We brought them in because they're super nice. Would you like to see them?"
Yes.
And he goes over there and he gets them. They're kind of dirty, where they've been like in puddles and mud and stuff. But it's very nice, elegant, like silk, white and gold colors. Clothes.
Can I look on the underwear and see if it says Sultaness across the back?
You can, but there's no underwear.
Does it say Errol's Day and it's actually Theophil's Day?
Is there any... Do they look torn or like they've been drugged? I mean...
Yeah, they look like they've been, like there was a struggle.
Is there any blood on them?
No blood.
What about that bloody letter? Can you get anything off of that? Any scrapes?
Probably... I feel better if we went and did it somewhere else though.
Yeah, we'll go somewhere private.
What time is it?
11:30.
Do you
We've
mind
got to
if
go
we
to
take these clothes?
the contest.
Is that today?
That's today.
What
Wow.
time?
In about half an hour.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Go back to the rooms and get through all these documents.
It'll take you 30 minutes to get back.
Let's just go there. I've got everything in the bag of holding, so
Yeah, that's good.
we'll just go through it later.
Can we take the clothes?
Are you going to pay me for them? They're finders keepers.
How much?
You just
5
got
gold.
You just got to see a naked girl for free. I think we'll take it.
Naked where? I didn't see no naked girl. Been in here sweeping.
It was a naked bugbear girl.
Oh, God. I'm glad I didn't see it.
Oh, this is a different guy. This is okay. Never mind.
This is Jara.
Never mind.
I'll give you 1 gold.
3,
1,
2,
1,
2,
1,
2,
1,
1.5.
1.
Fine. He takes your gold. He's not happy about it, but
Yeah.
he takes it.
Put the clothes in the bag.
And he's like, he flips. He's like, More gold than I had this
Yeah,
morning.
exactly.
Dude, Alright. So as you guys make your way to the supposed ale contest festival area,
I'm giving Newt his book back.
I look like Sam Hale. Should I put the clothes on?
Nah, you're alright.
that is the end of this episode.
Woo!
Huh?